We gotta keep that same energy. We gotta keep that same energy with Ryan Garcia like we do with everybody else. We gotta keep the same energy. I'm about to drop the link. I know a lot of people got a lot to say about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia went on a racist rant talking about black people, talking about African Americans, horrible, horrible things Ryan Garcia said. Canelo Alvarez, Chris Eubank, that cannot be a fight that's actually going to happen. That would probably be the biggest cherry pick I've ever seen in the history of boxing, or one of the biggest. I mean, these things cannot absolutely be real. Ryan Garcia looking like a straight clown, idiot, moron, and a dummy. And I'm going to tell you this, Canelo Alvarez, he better pick his opponent carefully, because a guy like Chris Eubank for a guy like Canelo make no damn sense. That fight ain't going to sell. That's dookie butter. Canelo Alvarez, you want to be greatness? That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. And, you know, a lot of people saying that, hey, IBFP, are you keeping the same energy with everybody, not just Ryan Garcia? I've seen a lot of people that got upset because I roasted and toasted Ryan Garcia for coming out with a racist rant. Now I'm going to tell you this about that. First off, and first things first, I've called Tim Bradley a racist hater because he's been racist and biased. I've called Clarissa Shields a racist, biased hater because she's been racist and biased. I keep the same energy. You can't just come out and talk out of your ass and hate on people. And racism isn't a one-way street. There's no room for that type of bigotry, hate in boxing, period. And it don't matter who you are, where you come from, or what you look like. Even when Devin Haney said a white boy will never beat me, and we see Lomachenko beat him, and this man was in absolute hell. They had to rob Vasil Lomachenko. We got to keep the same energy. There's people been defending Ryan Garcia all damn day, tagging me. Black and brown boxing. We need to talk. You want to try to put some smut on my name? We need to have a conversation, my brother. I'm going to be completely respectful. I just need to check your temperature to make sure that we on the same page. Because my whole thing is, anybody trying to label me a Ryan Garcia supporter based on this nonsense is crazy. We got to keep the same energy. We got to talk. We got to keep this all the way honest and unbiased. The link has been dropped. Whoever wants to talk to the IBFP, the link is up here. I don't need people talking about, oh, the IBFP is not this, is not that. No, we need to talk. We need to talk. And I'm going to make sure that I got that link dropped for everybody. Because at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia did a lot of crazy things. And look, I respect black and brown boxing. I just need to have a conversation, my brother. That's all I need. I just need a conversation. My brother Black and Brown came in me a little sideways, so I need to make sure that everything is what I believe it to be. Maybe there's some misunderstanding. Maybe there's not. Maybe he has some energy, but let's go ahead and clear that up. That's all I want to do. No disrespect. I just want to clear it up. Whatever the issue is, let's get that cleared up right now. We're going to keep the same energy. My brother Hit Kid in the building, all the way from bloody England. Salute to Hit Kid,
Hello.
man.
This ain't going to be me shouting or anything, but this over Ryan Garcia needs to be talked about.
Talk about it, my brother.
Because, like, some serious things with this Ryan Garcia. The man needs help. We've been, how many lives have we done now where we said the man needs, help, like go to rehab and all that? Yeah. He's either doing some, we know for a fact he's having, we believe, substance abuse problems. We know he has a drinking problem. Look at the Haney fight, okay? Like, so we know he's having demons with drinking. We know he's having, demons, with substance abuse. But I want to make this very clear to the chat. That is no excuse for the fucking bullshit he said. That is no excuse.
And yeah, exactly.
You do not go into you do not go into us. We have social media these days, okay? Like here on this YouTube live, we all know our boundaries, if I'm allowed to say it.
That's true. That's true.
Because Luke, let me say this: if I get called a cracker off someone, on this call, okay?
Yeah.
Which white people see that as a racist term. You just said about Devin Haney, bitch boy. Being like, no white boy will ever beat me. Fuck you. I'm like, I won't say, any terms which, disrespect, black folk and all that. You get where I'm coming from?
Absolutely.
Because we know there's cultures to this. There's different cultures. Mexicans and all that. We have, the Aymans as well. I know I had a bit of fun with Felipe Jr., but at least, I'm not going to go down, the race card, if you get where I'm coming from.
Yep.
Because that's wrong.
And he also said F Muslims as well.
Yeah, which is disgusting. Especially with what's going on in the world, with the fucking Gaza and Palestine shit.
Yeah.
Which I stay out of, but which is going on in the world right now. That's not right.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy to WBC. I think every boxing call right now, until he gets out, should remove Ryan from their rankings.
Yeah.
And suspend him. I'm not even joking right now. They should remove him and suspend his boxing license until he goes and gets help.
Hold on. Jesus, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you like to add to that, man?
Go ahead, Jesus.
I mean, I don't really know what to add. I mean, when I saw that shit this morning, bro, that shit caught me off guard. I was like, what the fuck is this retard talking about? I swear, like, literally, I didn't think he was gonna be this fucking blatant with that crap. I was like, what the fuck? What's wrong with him? What they like this is fucking stupid, man. And then everybody's like trying to play it off, saying, oh, he needs like help, and which he does, obviously. Like, he needs some mental help, because you could tell by the way he's talking and like all the crazy shit he's saying. But that's not an excuse either to just go around saying stupid shit like that. Like, he's an adult. He's not no like 16-year-old. He's not no 18-year-old. He's a fucking grown man already. Yeah, he's a man. So I don't know what the fuck happened to him in that moment that made him say that shit. But bro, that shit was stupid as fuck, man.
Absolutely. Edgar Moreno, what do you think?
What up, boys? What up? Salute to everyone. Just jumping in. Listen, man, it caught me off guard. I mean, I'm not really on social media or nothing like that, so I don't get to see what everyone's like, people like in the limelight do every minute, every second. But I mean, I guess I'm as conservative or as more reserved as possible in this kind of sense. Like they said, he's a grown man. I don't know if he's on something. I don't know that, so I can't say. But like, I know that there's, like race baiting channels and stuff on YouTube, and they're biased towards a certain color. But to me, it's like, it's stupid. Like there's no need for that. Like, if you have a disagreement with a man, then you have to speak to that person man to man. No, you don't need to name call. If it gets to the point where there's some fists thrown, then it gets to some point where some fists are thrown. But you talk it out and you hash it out. That's it.
Yep. And my whole thing is, if I keep seeing a lot of people saying that Ryan Garcia was just trolling, he was just playing around.
No.
And I've seen somebody say that, Ryan Garcia was responding to racist people that were black that were talking about him. Was he responding to racist Muslims too? Like, I don't quite understand why these derogatory things are coming out. So if I have a disagreement with somebody and I believe their basis is being racist, I'm not going to disrespect an entire ethnicity, race, gender, anything like that. All I'm going to do is address the person that's
You're not going to stand. You're not going to stand.
Exactly.
If you play the racism card right back at them, you're just as bad as them. Trolling and racism are two completely different things.
Yeah, but trolling, I guess. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, so I mean, is it? Sorry. So is it? I mean, is that a possibility? Like, is that if this was a court of justice, is that a possibility that people were saying something to him and it pushed him to that edge, where like if some nobody says something to him, then it doesn't create a scandal, but the moment he says something, then it does create a scandal because he's got more following. Is that a possibility? I'm asking. I'm not saying. I'm asking.
I'll take this. That's a totally fair thing to say, Edgar. It could be in a response. We don't know the context of the situation, okay? But he's on a bigger platform than them, if you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah. He made a response though.
Yeah, I know he posted an apology type thing today, but it's like, you've already done the damage. That's
No, because the reason why is, one of his excuses is that he felt that Timothy Bradley was being racist to him by calling him a zoo animal. But I was like, how the fuck does that make sense? Like, you get called a zoo animal, but it's not. I'm pretty sure Timothy Bradley was saying that because he's not acting like a civilized person. He's just, but he never said that because he's like Hispanic. So I don't know why Ryan would, try to reference that shit.
Exactly. I mean, you don't. There's no generalized reference between Hispanic people and zoo animals. That doesn't make any sense. There's nothing going back a long way. He just called him a zoo animal because he's acting wild and crazy, which he has been.
Unfortunately, you've seen that, with the zoo animals and black people, if I'm allowed to say it. That's been a thing, past racism, if I'm allowed to say it. Like, Jesus Christ, I've watched football games, and how many fucking idiots, and this disgusts me, by the way, are fucking throwing, bananas on the pitch, or you've, seen the news stories about monkey chants.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. I know that. I've seen that. Yeah,
it's racist bullshit.
Wait a minute. Haas says Ryan Garcia said nothing wrong.
Oh my God!
What the fuck?
But this is what I'm talking about. A guy like Haas, I'm sure he thinks there's nothing wrong with his weight problem either. But there's something wrong, Haas. There's something wrong. Like, this guy's an idiot.
I'm not even laughing or joking about this. Usually if we come on like this, shit is, this ain't an issue, to laugh and joke about. Like, usually we're in this call, chilled and all that, if I'm allowed to say it, which we are. But this is, serious about, if you get where I'm coming from. Yeah. There's no thing for racism at all.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Champ, talk to me, Champ. Champ, are you there?
Hey, yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I was double muted. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, sir. What do you guys think about this Ryan Garcia situation, the crazy things this man has been saying? What do you guys got to add to the conversation?
Real quick, let me tell you. Sorry, is someone gonna go? I don't want to interrupt.
Go, Champ. You first, and then
kid, all you guys. Thanks for letting me in. I used to box back in the day. I'm 50 years old, so I grew up in Watts in Compton. I'm a drug counselor now. This behavior started when he was young. Someone mentally abused this kid, and then you add fuel to it. Of course, it's wrong. You don't come back from the N-word. Let me tell everyone this. Back now, we have dialogue like this. The big homies, everyone is treating this like it's not gonna escalate. It's completely wrong. This kid needs help. It's obvious. There was frustration there. What happened to him? But like someone said, this has been going on. But I can tell you guys this: black and brown, the ones that are really with the business. Senior dish day was the '92 riots. That was my senior dish day on Florence and Normandy. So I grew up around this whole racism. True people, we don't let little things like this. The kid needs help. And IBF, I saw you yesterday, and I can see the frustration. And you doing this, man, this goes a long way because a lot of people are pissed. But this cools it down because you got some homies here, you got some essays, and the fat boy that posted he did nothing wrong. Don't listen to that. That's just wrong, guys.
He's a clown, bro. He really is.
Yeah, don't let the troll. You know what? Back then, we didn't have this type of stuff. Back then, we had to get someone, a rep. We used to call them reps. I grew up with the East Coast Crips, the Bloodstone Villains, Hoover Crips. I had homies from 5'9", from 6'2". Those gangbangers know, and I'm an essay. So we grew up as kids, but as we grew older, we had to fight because of the gangs and other stuff. But we used to call each other, hey, let's avoid each other in schoolyard and school ground. And that the schoolyard, the bleachers, the football field was the equivalent to what you're doing now. So I'm glad you're doing this, man. I really am. I'm glad you guys let me talk, and but this is good. This is really good that everyone's talking it out now. Guy needs help.
Absolutely. I do have a quote here that somebody said that I thought was interesting. I don't know if it's accurate, but I feel like I might have heard it. So let me post it. Abe says, "I'm going to beat the burritos out of you, Terrence Crawford." I don't know if anybody can confirm he said this, but I feel like I may have heard him say this before. Anybody remember this being said?
I've not watched enough of Crawford's press conference. It's the only
I don't think Crawford is like that. I don't. It's few in the sport. I don't know what's wrong with Ryan, man. This kid messed up. There's no coming back from the N-word. There's no coming back from that. I seen it. There's no coming back from that. Look what happened to the billionaire, the Clippers owner.
Oh yeah. But there's really no reason for that to even say that. Like, it don't make sense.
That burrito thing, like, I'm pretty sure that was, even if that was true that Crawford said that, I'm pretty sure that was just him, like, fucking around. It's not like he said that Ryan was like a border hopper. Now, if he said that, then that's unacceptable. But I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he was just like saying like a little like stereotype shit. But I don't think he really meant it.
Oh my god, we
Public
got an
Enemy
idiot.
#1 says, "What about Devin Haney saying he ain't losing to a white boy and Mike Tyson and all his racist rants? Double standards. F this. I stand with Ryan Garcia." And this is from Public Enemy #1. Sucker Free. What do you think about that?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
About what he just said.
Yeah.
I would say Devin Haney is pretty fucked up for saying that, but I mean, he already got his ass kicked. So,
Yeah.
I
but
mean,
and
it's
Mike
pretty fucked.
Tyson, everyone usually just gives Tyson a pass just because I guess that
Mike
was
Tyson is mixed, and he's down with the raza. People don't
that's
know
true.
this, but
That's
he's
true
got a
too.
Che Guevara tattooed on him.
Yeah,
It's
that's right. And his favorite boxer back in the day was Julio Cesar Chavez. So I mean, he
Sanchez, Salvador No,
right.
Duran también, Duran.
Yeah, right. So it's not like, I mean, I don't know, like, maybe he gets a pass because of the era or whatever, because he's older, but I don't think he has any like heartfelt feelings towards it. The problem is that like in my opinion is like I said, I'm not on social media and all that stuff, but like social media has given keyboard warriors and this generation kids a tool to sound big and broad, but when it
Mhm.
comes to it when it comes to crossing that line, they're not really about that life. So I mean, I don't know if Ryan has a bad history like this other guy said. Maybe he had some bad history as a kid. That's a possibility. These are all possibilities. We're speculating. We don't really know the truth. But the problem is that because of his platform of the era that he lives in, it's getting quantified. So like back in the '80s or something like that, then not everybody would know about it. It would be maybe on the news one night, but millions and millions and millions of people wouldn't know it in an instant. And like I said, like we said before, like other people saying something to him, it might have pushed him over the edge to say that. So that's a possibility too. So I'm trying to stay neutral to seeing both sides of the possibilities. But at the end of the day, those words, there's certain things that you don't say to cross certain lines to get to a certain point, and that's where he fucked up.
So here's another thing. Ryan Garcia apologized for everything that he said today. He even went out and said that he's going to go to rehab. But this is one thing you can't forget: drugs and alcohol don't make you racist. And I think that's a big misconception. That don't make you say racial things. You say those things. Maybe you need the drugs or alcohol to get the courage to say those things. But if that's how
Yeah,
you feel, that's how you really feel. As far as Public Enemy #1 saying Devin Haney said he ain't losing to a white boy, that was inappropriate, and I think the whole boxing world roasted him on that for being a dumbass. But even saying you're not going to lose to a white boy is not the same thing as saying you hate white people. Like that, like there's a huge difference in that than saying that. So I've even criticized Devin Haney for saying dumb shit. Mike Tyson, all the weird shit that he says. Mike Tyson literally does not seem mentally competent at times, but he also is apparently is apparently. I mean, the guy is like tattoo on his face in there with tigers. He named David Benavidez the Mexican monster, so he's clearly delusional. But
Yeah,
but
Facts.
but I get
Yeah.
it. I get it. No one's bashing Ryan, but Ryan, you gotta. This is not the same Ryan Garcia. I think we can all agree from when he was with Eddie Reynoso. He was a clean cut kid. This seemed like a very different person now, and something about him has changed. But that's no
yeah,
excuse for him to come out and say crazy shit either. Um,
right. And I think
I
I
keep
even
getting
posted
hold
it.
on, hold on. I keep getting the same comments. Conquistador says, so y'all upset about Ryan, but not Bud and Devin. That's what I'm saying. When did Bud
No,
said I hate all Latinos or white people? When did Devin say that as well? These guys may make little snarky comments or disrespectful terms, and we'll get on their ass about it. But Ryan literally saying the things that he said was far worse than anything I've ever heard any
AIBF,
of those guys
real
say.
quick, guys, can I
Go
throw
ahead.
something in?
Yeah,
And
throw it
Go
in.
ahead.
Throw
Go
it in.
ahead.
you know what? I have my little boxing channel. I'm not trying to plug it in, but like I said,
Plug
I've
it.
been a fighter my whole life. And I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. The other day, I was thinking, God, I hope, and I'm not religious either, it's just a figure of speech. I hope Ryan never throws the N bomb and he does it 2 days later. I'm thinking that's all this kid needs to stay. He can talk about everyone else. You don't talk about the LGBT, and you don't use the N word. And I grew up in riots, you guys, and he does it a day later, like if I told him do it. That's crazy. This kid, they need to take his social media away. Someone needs to step in and be a grown man. But unfortunately, he's got all the yes men around him.
Right, right. So
Hey,
like,
real quick, IBS. Sorry, you
Yeah.
brought up what's his name, Benvavidez. Did you guys see? And I made a video about it. It went viral when Galvin and Ronald dropped him with it looked like a jab but a hook, a
Yeah.
simple hook. You saw that one?
Yes, sir.
Canelo. Imagine what would a Canelo. And I'm not a huge Canelo fan. So
I feel you. And look, I think Canelo beats him all day, in my opinion, because David Benavidez hasn't fought a puncher. But that's just my opinion on it. But when I'm talking about this, Malik says Terrence Crawford definitely said that leading up to the Jose Benavidez fight. So he said Terrence Crawford definitely said that I'm going to beat the burritos out of you. That's not the same thing as saying that he hates him for his ethnicity. And Jose Benavidez didn't even seem upset by it in that type of way. If that makes any sense.
I mean, like you said,
because they probably in the situation they probably both was going back and forth, and that's just about one person. If I'm allowed to say, the Crawford, I'm not excusing it; it's still wrong. But but the thing is, it's like that's saying about one person, compared to saying it about an entire race, which Ryan did. Like Ryan's talking not just about one person; he's talking about an entire, an entire type of people, if we're allowed to say it.
no, he took it to another level. There's one thing saying you like watermelon or fried chicken or beans.
Especially with what's
this
going
guy
on
rolled
in the world
that
right
R,
now.
man. He rolled that R. You don't do that.
Fucking idiot.
yeah, like I said, I think in your other video, IBFP, like in one of the small clips where you said what he had said. I even posted it. I'm like, yo, dude, this dude, if he would have stayed with the right people, like someone just said, I think if he would have stayed with the Canelo camp, then maybe he wouldn't have gone down this path. And I think because of the social media following that he has, and he thought he was a bigger star than he was in the boxing realm, he thought he could do it on his own, or he thought he had another way of doing it, and then he got a bunch of yes men around him, and no one ever told him, hey, dude, this isn't the right way. You shouldn't be doing this. It's going to lead to a bad path. And now we're looking at the results of it.
And I want to say one other thing. When Terrence Crawford saying he's going to beat the burritos out of Jose Benavidez, that's not acceptable either. And it's shit like this starts from guys saying dumb shit like that. You can say I'm gonna whoop your ass. Why would you need to involve burritos and be stupid like that? Like, you can talk shit, but don't say shit like that, because then it's going to go into something else.
Yeah, that's a gray area. That one is a gray area. It's not a fighting word, but words pull words.
I mean, that is a gray area. If someone said that to me, I mean, I wouldn't really care. Now, if someone told me, oh, that I'm like a border hopper, or I'm like, they told me to go back to my country.
I'll say it the wetback word. We used to get that.
If they called me a wetback, yeah, I'll be pissed, because I'll be like, oh, like,
I don't know if I could say that in your channel, IBF. I don't want to get.
No, you're fine. And I'm gonna tell you this: Southpaw says all kind of fucked up shit.
Oh, Southpaw.
Family Guy.
Yo, Southpaw is a fucking retard.
Hey, my boy, you got Benvavidez on your picture, huh? I didn't mean to talk rag on him, boy. I didn't mean it, but you know what? It is what it is. He got dropped by Ronald at rank 28 with a jab or a hook. Jesus.
Hold on. The boxing realist. What's up with you, boxing realist? Boxing realist, are you there?
Double muted.
I think he might be muted.
One thing, IBFP. What did Black and Brown say? What happened between you and him?
So I didn't know what was going on with Black and Brown. So Black and Brown reached out to me online, on Twitter, or X, or whatever you call it. And let me find what he said to me. And I thought this was really weird. He said he tagged me in the post, Showbiz the Adult and Punch Drunk, and said, "You guys support this too, huh?" And then it was when Ryan Garcia was saying all the negative, disrespectful, foul things about Muslims and African Americans. And I basically responded and said, why would I support this? What kind of question is this? Like, you've been following me for years. You know I don't support shit like that. You know I've always been anti-racism, whatever.
Don't fall into it, IBF. Don't fall. They're jealous of your channel.
But I just want to say this, though. Like, that's why I wanted to talk to Black and Brown, because it's like, you've been following my channel a long time. You know I ain't never been on that type of
you're pro Canelo, bro. Shut up. Pro Canelo.
It's not about Canelo.
No, but they were trying to lure him in. Yesterday, I seen the chat, and it was going one way.
Hold on. Boxing Realist just spoke up, saying you're pro
Boxing
Canelo
Realist.
and all that.
Boxing-
he's a
What
boxer.
does
He likes
Canelo?
boxing in general.
Boxing Realist. What does Canelo have to do with any of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
No, I'm curious, Boxing Realist. What did Canelo have to do with this? Unmute yourself.
I think he just woke up.
What he mentions Canelo and goes back on mute. What are you doing?
Legit, we're not even mentioning Canelo in this. We're gonna get into
Come on,
Canelo
Boxing
later.
Realist. Don't lose your
No,
nuts.
I
now.
think
You
it
just
was.
spoke. Come on, talk.
I think it was someone else because he hasn't been off mute. I've been watching him.
So then, who said this?
I didn't
Weren't
say
me.
stupid shit like that. That
It
wasn't
weren't
me.
me.
You guys
No,
know my
no.
voice. It
I'm
wasn't
pretty
me.
sure it was him because there's no one else.
It weren't so good. No, he unmuted for a second to say it. I saw that. I'm looking on the
I didn't
StreamYard.
see that. I didn't see
I'm
Yeah,
that.
looking at the StreamYard box. He unmuted
maybe-
for a second, said
Maybe
it,
he's
and
just
then went
fucking
back on mute.
around. Maybe he's just fucking around. Because why would he do that and then just mute himself?
Hey, you guys know one crazy thing though? Ryan, he's been messing with people you don't mess with. Yeah, he's gone now. Ryan, he
Idiot.
called out like people in other nations and JEWS. I don't want to say it. I think he's in deeper trouble than what he thinks he is. If you ask me,
Hold on. I just want to address this black and brown thing one more time, though, man.
Yeah, address it.
The only issue that I have with this is that when it comes to black and brown, it's like, bro, you know what it is.
they ain't no beef. They're back and
No,
brown.
it ain't got nothing to do with beef. I'm just
Yeah.
saying he knows what it is. He follows my channel. So you mean to tell me you're sensitive over some boxing topics that you want to say that, well, I'm supporting Ryan because he's racist over some other topic about boxing?
I think neutral.
None of those topics, Ryan Garcia and any other topic, is not comparable to him saying some racist shit. Like, these guys got to stop it. Like, these guys are really, really in their feelings, and I feel like that got to be addressed. Me and him got to address it. We have a conversation about that, because now I really feel some kind of way. Like, oh, so you're in your feelings about a boxing topic, so you're saying that I'm supporting this shit too? What kind of shit is that? I don't understand the type of energy, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I dropped the link. Like, let's go ahead and clear this up. That's all I'm talking about. Let's just clear this up and get this right, because I don't want to ever be disrespectful to nobody, but if it got to go left, it got to go left. If that makes any sense.
Right. Like I said before, like you could have a disagreement and whatever, but like I feel like nowadays, like anyone that's trying to get into this limelight or isn't kind of in the public eye in some way, shape, or form, they're just trying to, I guess, grow their image by saying certain things. Maybe trying to say certain things about you to try to push some kind of narrative, but it shouldn't be that way. It should be like if he knows you from prior to this whole thing, getting bigger and bigger, then he should know that what you're about. And even if he felt in some certain kind of way, he shouldn't have just put you on blast. He should have be like, hey, IBFP, is this how you really feel? Is this what you really think?
I've been seeing other channels, IBF, other black channels, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. They've been trying to lure everyone. Like that guy, the basketball player, he went off. I was waiting for him, Jackson, and they try to threaten him and all of that. I don't need to go all of that. The kid has a problem. Don't stoop to their level, and they're trying to get a reaction out of you, IBF. No one has the followers you have. The subscribers.
And I'm gonna tell you this. This is like somebody saying, hey man, I listened to that Kanye West track. That was pretty fire. Oh, you support him with that racist shit Donald Trump be saying? You support that shit? What are you talking about? I was talking about track 12 on CD number 2. What the fuck? What? Like this is what I'm saying. Dudes be getting carried away on others. You support that shit? What are you supporting that shit? Like, bro, take that out of here, man. We're not on that type of time. But look, fuck it. It is what it is. Let's talk about something else, because Ryan Garcia is a little crazy right now, man. You guys want to talk about this potential Canelo versus Chris Eubank? I want to hear his thoughts on this first.
I'm gonna fucking go off.
Because he's gonna blow a fucking gas.
This fight disgusts me. If this happens, I'm going to be disgusted, and I will.
It's going to happen.
Jesus Christ!
It's going to happen in September. Yeah, it's going to happen.
SC Knuckles is in the building. SC Knuckles is in the building. He's coming for you, Jesus.
Yeah.
He's coming for me. I don't really care. I already got his. I already got him mad last time. So,
yeah,
and I'm right here right now, just playing Elden Ring. So
yeah, I'm just chilling in the stream. Then I'm gonna watch some telly and play some Diablo. I need to go off on this. First things first. if Canelo takes this fight, you are a duck. This is a cherry pick fight. This is a cherry pick fight, and this is a duck. Because this is where you're supposed to be fighting Benvavidez. If you're using this to warm up for a Terence Crawford fight, that's disgusting. You're the so-called face of boxing, yet you're not giving us the fight that we the fans want.
Who here
no,
Crawford has a chance with Canelo? He's 2 classes under. He's too light. Not gonna happen.
Let me be clear. Does David have to share a bit of the blame? Yeah, because he's not activated his fucking mandatory, and we've all said that on this channel, okay? Both sides are guilty, but Canelo here is, in my opinion, a bigger guilty party. And Chris Eubank Jr., by the way, is a middleweight. This guy is not a 168er. He is a middleweight.
He did fight at 168 before, though.
Yeah, but he's been knocked out as well by Liam Smith.
Yes, Canelo's leftovers, which is crazy.
Yes. And who got Liam Smith? Yeah.
Yeah. No, guys, you're thinking of the wrong Smith, bro. It was the other Smith brother who knocked it.
Smaller, but I'm about to interrupt.
Yeah. The thing is, this is the smaller Smith brother who knocked out Eubank Jr. And I'm sorry, this fight disgusts me. Eubank Jr., by the way, who's not fought in like 2 years, since the Conor Ben Freak fight fell through. Eubank Jr., who's not fighting, Sharez, who called him out off the 5v5 win, who looks a monster, for a big domestic fight. I don't want to see this fight. This fight disgusts me. And there's no excuse why this fight should be happening in September. David, for the love of God, so we can get off you and we can, honest to God, side with Benvavidez. If he calls the mandatory at 168 and Canelo ducks him, we will side with you on this. Fucking put the mandate in now. I don't get why there was the 2-week delay on it. Do it now. We don't want this shit. It's bad for boxing.
But hey, kid. I mean, I don't know who leaked the Eubanks possibility, but what do you I don't know honestly, but what I was trying to say is, what do you see on your side of the pond in terms of news towards this fight? Is it like this? So if you see nothing, then I just think it's smoke. I think it's just smoke and mirrors.
I hope it's bullshit.
I hope so too, but I'm saying that's why I'm asking you, what are they saying about Chris Eubank on your side of the pond? And if you just said nothing, then I think it's smoke and mirrors.
Go ahead.
Eddie Hearn mentioned it today. I mean, it's.
Did Eddie mention it? Oh,
yeah.
What did Eddie Hearn say? What did Eddie Hearn say? Please elaborate on that.
It's a video. You know what, I forget, but it's right here. It's too long. But
just tell me what he said. Just summarize it for me.
Okay, I'll be right back. Let me go over it real quick.
Okay.
But I know I saw it this morning because they asked him about Eubank, and they even asked him about Ryan. He really didn't want to touch that. No one wants to touch Ryan right now.
Lord Scante,
that's because topics like that are not, topics that people are comfortable talking about.
Lord Scante said it's no surprise it happens all day, from boxing, from blacks to Mexicans, but it still don't make it okay. I agree. I see a lot of racism from black people to Latinos, especially on this channel. I see people just targeting people for no reason. So I've seen it both ways. Absolutely.
Southpaw is an example, bro. That guy talking mad shit.
Absolutely.
He's fucking stupid.
Welcome to the show, J Mac the Loke, and of course our favorite guest of all time, Ashy Knuckles. What's up, Ashy Knuckles?
What's up, fellas? What's going on with y'all today, man?
Nothing, man. Hope you're having a blessed day, man. You want to start on the Canelo thing, or you want to just get into this Ryan thing real quick first before you get into the Canelo Eubank situation?
Well, the only thing I really had to say about that Ryan Garcia situation is this racism shit. I mean, excuse my language, but it shouldn't really be brought into boxing. But I know there's really no getting around that. So I don't really like it because I'm not about all that racism. So that's like really my only comment I got to say as far as with the Ryan Garcia. But as far as with Canelo next fight, I really don't like this next fight either. I really do wish David would go ahead and sign that mandatory fight and try to get it accomplished that way. If Canelo don't sign it and don't fight him, then he could really earn that mantle as being a duck.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this. Canelo has, so I don't know if we can even trust it as well, though, because Pava from ESPN linked Canelo to Chris Eubank Jr., to Jamal Charlo, to Edgar Berlanga. How are you linking them to 3 different fighters at the same time?
Hey, that guy's a
Yeah,
capper.
I even heard something about Badu Jack. I mean, I don't know how true that is, but I even heard his name brought out.
The Badu Jack fight, I wouldn't have as. Well, let me be clear, I still have a problem with it because it's not David, but I wouldn't have much of a problem with it because they ain't Badu Jack cruiserweight champ. Like that would be in a sec. Like it won't be as bad as the other three if you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, but it
That's not
also
me defending
depends.
it.
It also depends what Canelo does for that fight, because if he puts a rehydration or a catch weight, I don't like that, because what's the point of you moving up to someone's weight class? You're not even gonna fight at the weight that the weight class is. I don't really like giving credit like that.
J Mac, what do you think about all this, man?
Hey, bro, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
sir.
good.
Hey, bro, I don't know, bro. I mean, I haven't heard the full live show, but from my opinion, bro, I think y'all calling out Ryan for being racist when blacks are by far way more racist than any Mexicans I've ever said.
No, but it's
Like,
not a
can we
competition though. This is not a
can we get an
competition though.
can we get an example of how blacks been more racist?
Bro, every black is saying, I'm not gonna lose to a Mexican, I'm not gonna lose to a white boy. Clarissa Shields is racist as fuck, bro. What you mean?
Clarissa Shields have shown a lot of racist tendencies. We call that out, but she's never said anything as blatant as what Ryan said, to be fair.
Yeah, like
So
Clarissa says some stupid shit too, but like she's not blatant to the point where she be using slurs to talk about white people or using slurs to talk about Hispanics. What
And then
Ryan
she
did, he
never said
literally
she
used
hates all
slurs.
Muslims or Christians either.
Yeah, like he literally used the fucking N-word with the hard R. Like what the fuck?
hey, so I mean, it's okay for Clarissa to say all the shit she says, though.
It's not
That's
that it.
cool though with
No,
y'all.
it's not okay. It's not okay. Like we're not saying it's okay. We trash on her too because I fucking hate her. But at the same time, we don't keep double standards. We don't give Ryan Garcia a pass and Clarissa and everybody
Nah, I'm
else.
not. Yeah, I hear you on that.
Nuke,
Yeah, like
Nuke,
we're
then
not
quick,
here
drop
to
the link again. Supreme's in the thing.
we're not here to try to justify what Ryan did, because what Ryan did is fucking pathetic, and we're not trying to
Yeah,
justify what Clarissa and Devin Haney do, because I'm sorry,
right.
but Devin Haney saying, "Oh, I won't lose to a white boy," it's because he's going off the opinion that white people can't fight and white people are weak. That's why he's saying that, and I don't like that. So
Yeah, I don't like that either. I hear you on that. We call it out on both sides.
Yeah, I would
yeah,
agree on that. I wouldn't like hearing that kind of statement either, because that also could be that's very racist too. But whenever you start using the heavy ER rolling the R, man, that's like you're not just talking about one person. You're grouping everybody in one lump, and that's what I don't do.
But that's what Ryan did, with the Muslims comment. That's why we're really cooking him over.
Hey, what was the Muslim comment again?
yeah, that Muslim comment, I never heard
What
that.
was
Like,
it?
I want to know what he said.
He said he hates all Muslims.
Oh, he hates them.
He
I
said
mean,
All Muslims hate everybody who's not Muslim. Me too.
That's cap.
well, no, that depends on the denomination. There's some Muslims, they don't really care what you are, but there are others. There are extremists in every religion, so we can't really say one religion is extreme and the other isn't.
yeah, then that makes you discriminatory at that point.
Yeah,
I mean,
And hey, and to touch back on that guy who's saying, we're trying to give Clarissa or other, I guess he meant other black fighters who say this and that. I mean, I think that like sometimes those individuals are saying it like to one person or one particular person who they're about to have a fight with. They're not encaptivating everyone. And if that other person happens to beat the black fighter, then that guy has to eat crow. He's eating his words.
Evening, Supreme.
yeah.
Good evening, my peoples. What's going on?
What's up?
what's good with you, my brother Supreme? I got to get your takes on these two topics. 1 second. Let me read these comments. Let me get your takes. First, we got Mike Trades. He said, what Ryan said was wrong, and I don't support what he said at all. But let's be honest. A lot of black fighters have said racist stuff as well, and no one cares. And that's a true statement. I've heard a lot of black fighters say things that are very racially insensitive and disrespectful, and the media as a whole has ignored it. That is a true statement. I
Is true.
don't know if Toronto agrees, but that's a true statement. Junior says Ryan a D1 crash out. My brother says I don't know why y'all want the Benvavidez fight. I mean, it's going to be the same outcome if he fights Berlanga or the other fighters. Plus, Canelo
We don't know that.
gain nothing.
Yeah,
What
but
do
we
you
don't
think
know that
Benavidez
because
could beat Canelo?
it's not that Benavidez could beat Canelo, but his size and
he
his
has a better
size
chance than
and
all those other guys. Let's
yeah,
just
he
be
has a
honest.
better chance than every single one of them. He would
You
literally
saw
whoop
what happened
everybody
with
else's
Hyman.
ass.
Everyone sees
No, I
Benavidez.
know, but
Everyone sees Benavidez as the true number one contender to Canelo.
I mean,
like
I'll
I
be
say,
honest with you. I think Benavidez beats Jamal Charlo, Chris Eubank, and Edgar Berlanga on the same night. So, do I think Benavidez is better than all three put together? Yes. So, would I like to see David Benavidez fight Canelo as a more entertaining fight for me? Yes.
Yep.
And
yeah.
that's the fight that the mass public
Like
wants to pay for.
literally, the only two people that I ever saw to be competitive with what's it called, David Benavidez, in terms of trying to pressure him as well, would be David Morrell and Jaime Munguia. Other than that, everybody else, there's really nothing, no qualities that everybody else had that could even match him or make him, walk back.
I've been
Maybe-
on here saying that not Munguia, but Morrell beats Benavidez, and I will still stay by that.
I mean,
I'd
maybe
agree
Callum
I'd agree
Smith.
with Jesus.
Yeah, or maybe also Callum Smith, though. He was still at 168. I mean, he's big too, so he would have done something. I don't know if he would have won because that would have been 50-50 in my opinion, but he's still is like one of the few people I give a chance against Benavidez. Everybody else, I really don't give them a chance.
More comments, Duke?
Supreme, what do you think now? Now, talk to me about the Ryan thing, and let me hear it about the Canelo Alvarez possibly fighting Chris Eubank Jr. according to Chava from ESPN as the front runner.
That's crazy. Number one. You heard? That's insane. Him fighting him. That's I'm hoping it doesn't happen, bro. But that's insane, though. And number two, Ryan Garcia, saying what he's saying, he's a little out of his character. But if we gonna put, hard on him too, we gotta be hard on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because there's times that I know y'all heard it, and I've heard it, that Tank will be like, nah, he a soft ass nigga. You understand? But he was reckless the way he said it, man. I just gotta say, he just gotta be careful the way he's saying it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that Ryan Garcia is it's not about him just saying the N-word, it's about exactly what he said and how he said it.
Yeah, that hard R is pretty wrong.
Yeah,
There's
he's an idiot. I mean, guys, he's an idiot.
Yeah, there's no defending that.
He's an idiot. I'm not defending it, nobody, because
hold on,
it's just like Devin Haney.
Hold on, Supreme, you got an echo.
Not through me. It's through Mac. It's through Mac.
Barry, I mean, I've heard Devin Haney say, "I've never let a white boy beat me."
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's pretty bad too, because he's saying it off the opinion that white people are weak. So obviously that's pretty racist too. But
I'm just saying he should not never said it the way he said it. All that's straight, blatantly disrespectful. I know I come from a place, from a hood, that I know that word gets thrown around, but it gets thrown around in different ways, different phrases. You know what I mean?
I don't think you quite understood what Ryan said. Ryan didn't just say, hey, my guy, and use the N-word. He didn't say that. Ryan Garcia said, and I quote, "I hate N-words. I'm anti-black. I'm the KKK." He literally said all of those words. He said, "Let's go bring George Floyd back to life and then kill that N-word again."
I read that. That was crazy. That shit was crazy right there. I read that. That shit right there, that George Floyd shit, that's when I was like, yo, this dude is bugging. Either he's smoking something past weed or whatever it is, or he's bugging, bro. In my neighborhood, he would not got away with that one. I'm sorry. I'm being honest. So, but that shit right there, too, it's been too much going on for him to just even stir something up like that, too. You know what I mean? That's gonna stir some shit up.
I guess what I have a problem with is that's not even just like, you're in the heat of the moment or you say something disrespectful. Like, that's hate talk. Like that's really no reason to say anything like that. That's crazy shit.
Yeah,
Like to me,
because
I
he literally talked about someone specific. You actually have to think about, you have to think hard to just even bring up someone specific like that. So
Listen,
it's not.
whatever
It
he
wasn't.
get coming to him, he got whatever's deserved coming. They're gonna take his license away. Again, like everybody chooses their path in life. You know what I'm saying? You want to choose it how you want to choose it. Like Benvavidez chose to come in, overweight, through the coke line, messing up, doing stuff. Everybody's gonna make a path for their career. And Ryan chose this one. He made his bed. He's gonna have to lay in that shit now. It's over.
Right, like this might lead to. I mean, it could be the predecessor to maybe holding everyone accountable, and maybe that's a good thing. But he's the sacrificial lamb. He's great. He's
You
done. I mean, he's
100%
done in
right.
a lot of. He's a lot of people, like all his sponsorships are. I guarantee you, they're like
He's gonna fall on his sword.
you're
No, they're
right.
gonna
You're
they're
right.
gonna make an example out of him.
Yeah,
He's the
you're right.
he's the one. He's the one they're gonna make a great example of. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. He deserves that shit. He deserves that
Right.
shit.
Because no disrespect, he brings it on himself. And what I mean by that is, like with this actual, like I even saw on the timeline today, like you have Virgil Ortiz, okay? And we all know how, we talk about Virgil Ortiz. I'm not even talking about Virgil Ortiz, the boxer here. I'm talking about, Virgil Ortiz, the human being, okay? And he's messaging Ryan saying, dude, you need help.
Yeah.
But no, and I'm like, Ryan's then, just threatening him. You get where I'm coming from?
Right.
Saying,
Right.
I've kicked your ass already. I don't need you to speak to me. Like, that's why I'm saying Ryan Garcia brings it up on himself. Like, you can see, like, Virgil saying, like, yes, like, dude, there's no benefit in me, fighting you. And this ain't, like me talking like boxer to boxer. This is like Virgil saying, dude, as a person, you need help. And then Ryan's, just taking it with that. Saying, just calling him names and all that. It's like, dude, what the fuck? You can see the guy's actually just trying to help you, but you don't have any common sense because you're too high on crack or something.
That kid is lost. He's on something past crack. He's on something else, me. I used to have a friend of mine. They used to sniff glue. He's beyond that.
Like how he said, I guess, prior to when he lost at the tank and all that stuff, he said he had mental problems and all this other stuff. That may be true, but I believe, like, I'm a firm believer that everyone has got the free will to choose which way they want to go in life, but you also, like there's a saying, there's no bad kids, there's just bad parents. I think his parents just never held them in a straight and narrow as they should have. They saw him as, this kid might be the one to take us to the promised land, and let's fold to whatever he wants. So he never got a no. He never got a, what the heck are you doing, bro?
Yeah, he never got Pacquiao growing up. That's what it was.
Right.
That's what it is.
I mean, it's like the same. It's like something that I say. Oh, the only reason why you're like talking crazy like that is because you weren't disciplined. That's why.
Right. Everything starts at the house, bro. Everything starts in the home.
Right. I guess they just used him. His father saw a meal ticket to get a little bit of money from them, so he could get out the ghetto. And now everything's breaking loose, and they don't even know how to control him. And now they don't even know why is he saying that.
Right.
Lord Scante says, never doubt the king. He's going to derail the train, the hype train that is David Benavidez. Now the fight got to happen. I mean, look, this could all be a pump fake, and Canelo could end up fighting David Benavidez. This could all be just, trying to throw you one way. I don't know. But on the off chance, if the Chris Eubank Canelo Alvarez fight happens, is that a cherry pick supreme?
It's not a cherry pick. To me, it's not a cherry pick. I think Chris Eubank, he could fight. He's not a sucker. He could fight. You know what I'm saying? But he should have just. It's such a hard question, bro. Being honest, because he cherry pick with Chris Eubank, man. Wow, that's
Supreme. I love you like a brother, but
crazy,
my God,
bro.
dude, saying that's not a cherry pick is one of the worst takes I've heard on this channel.
Listen, man, he could fight. I know he could fight. I get it. I
can see Supreme's angle on it because he's fought a couple known people, but Supreme, be honest to yourself. Like, if you had to put, tomorrow, your life savings on the line right now, there's no way in hell you're gonna take Chris Eubank Jr. over Canelo.
Hell no. But I know Canelo's gonna whoop that ass. But I've been watching Canelo, man. The way he's been doing the moves. Now check this out. IBF, peep this, Noob.
Okay.
All these things with Benvavidez, kind of like skipping over him, or not skipping over him, but fighting his mandatories and fighting this and fighting that, making him. I got a funny feeling that he is gonna wind up fighting Benvavidez. I got a funny feeling this is Canelo's way of trolling and make this fight into like the biggest super fight that you guys would ever see, because we want it so bad.
I agree. I hope that's the case. I really do. I hope that's the case. But on the offhand, it's not. And he ends up fighting a guy like Chris Eubank Jr. In my opinion, that got to be a cherry pick. You're the face of boxing. You're a top 5 pound for pound fighter in the world. You're Chris Eubank Jr. is beneath you, and then you're going to charge us pay-per-view for that. None of that makes sense for Canelo even to fight somebody that low tier. That's a cherry pick.
I'm very adamant.
Sorry, Canelo got to get roasted and toasted.
I'm adamant it's a cherry pick.
Edgar, is that a cherry pick?
Yeah, I mean, yes. If you had to slice it and dice it, yeah, because Chris Eubank's style is tailor made for him. Like he's been in a couple wars, and he's gonna think he can hang with him, and he's gonna find out real quick that he's not gonna hang with him, and he's gonna get dropped and put away.
Copy. I copy that. But I got some other news for y'all. Maybe this is shining light on this little dark cloud that we all got going on with Canelo. I got some tickets to see Shakur Stevenson, so I might go to sleep over there tomorrow. So you know,
hold on, guys, hold on. Supreme got
Did you find him? Did you find him on the side of the sidewalk?
No, some guy gave it to me.
Hold on, guys.
Some guy gave it to you. Holy shit!
Somebody broke into Supreme's car and left Shakur Stevenson tickets on the dash.
That guy didn't want a nap.
I got the tickets. I got the tickets for tomorrow night. We're gonna go see Mr. Shakur Stevenson, you know, Keyshawn and Mr. O. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. I want to see what they got face to face. I want to see what this hype train's about.
Hold on. Supreme's wife came home and said, "Hey, I know you haven't been able to sleep, so I got you these Shakur tickets."
She's right here. She's right here next to me. It's funny you say that. She said that's exactly what happened.
You know what? Can I quickly say something?
Yeah, yes.
Shakur needs to deliver tomorrow.
He has to. I gotta go see this face to face.
The last performance, Shakur has to deliver tomorrow. Because if he doesn't, if he doesn't, I'm saying this guy. Listen, I've already come out on the channel and said I'm picking Tank over Shakur. I said that. What was it, a week ago on this live?
Yo, Hickey, by the way, my wife says she loves your accent.
Thank you.
It's crazy.
But legitimately, I said I'm picking Tank over Shakur because we're not seeing the killer instinct from Shakur. And if he doesn't have the power at 135, Tank's going to just walk through him and knock him out.
Yeah, he going to watch him. He going to watch him.
I know we can say, you know, Shakur outskills Tank. That's all well and fine. But if your skills doesn't have the power behind it, there's going to be, like Nick said it, you know, about the Lomachenko fight, okay?
I'm going to take a picture of me. If I'm sleeping, I have somebody take a picture of me, and then I'll show it to you guys.
Yeah, Nick said the same thing about the Lomachenko fight. You know that eventually Tank will catch Loma, and it's going to be, you know, to see how Loma feels.
Yeah, I mean, besides, I'm going to be honest, let's be honest. Besides Teofimo Lopez, right, that Loma has fought, Teo got power. Besides that, any other power he's faced that has power like Teo?
No.
The only one that arguably had some pop was Linares.
Linares, yeah.
But power, like some real Tank power or Teofimo Lopez.
No, this will be the hardest puncher Tank Loma's been in if he fights Tank.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
By the way, I need to mention this, and I think it's been washed away. Teo has no power at 140.
Nope.
He has. Look at that fight last week. He has no power at 140. Like I said this, and Nuke may call me crazy here. I think Isaac Cruz is going to knock out, you know, El Rayo. You know, coming on this Bud Crawford.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
I think Pitbull beats Teo.
Whoa.
That might be a hot take to some, but for me, Teo's power does not translate at 140. And if you don't have power to keep Pitbull Cruz off you, he's going to pressure Teo all fight, and I think he's going to land something and hurt him.
Hey, it's going to be a good fight. That's all I got to say. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight, but remember, Pitbull's he's a pressure fighter, so I don't know if Barrios going to be ready for somebody to be right in your face, like right there.
I think Pitbull's going to knock out El Rayo. But what I'm saying is, I see Pitbull causing Tio real problems. Not Tio could have the skills to pay the bills, but it's just like, if I'm going off current form, I'm picking Pitbull.
I mean, Tio's going to move away from that. The thing is, can you ask your question? Can he keep doing that for the whole 12 rounds?
He can't go to 147, by the way. I know there's the rumor he could go up to 147 and, fight Brian Norman Jr.
Nah, man, he can't go to 147.
One, you have no power. You're struggling for power at 140. In my opinion, you'll have no power at 147. And can I mention this as well? If Tio says, I just beat Norman Jr., let's say he does beat Norman Jr., and hypothetically, and Norman Jr. is a decent fighter, but that be, Norman Jr.'s biggest fight.
Right.
Let's say Tio beats Norman Jr. Let's say Tio says, I want Boots next. Boots murders this man. Boots kills this motherfucker. It will be 6 rounds.
Boots will destroy him, man. Come on. He needs to stay where he's at right now, get his game power up a little bit more, and just keep fighting that 140, get that power up.
I'm looking forward to watching Boots versus Boots kill Avinician next week. I'm looking forward to that.
That's right.
Like, legitimately, and it's just this is why I give Lomachenko, though, because I'm seeing it a debate in a chat, a better chance. I get Lomachenko's aging. Let me be clear. I fully get that argument. But if Loma fights Tank this November, I give Loma a better shot of beating Tank than Shakur.
Agreed. I would agree.
Because we've seen Lomachenko, even though he's got the skills to pay the bills, this man does have pop behind his punches.
Yep.
Lomachenko does have power behind his punches. I think people really
and the thing is, he gets you in those angles too with those pops.
Yeah,
you don't see him coming.
Right, that's the one that hurts the most.
Put you down. Yeah,
that's the punch that hurts you the most because you're not ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely puts you down, man, for real.
So, that's why I think Lomachenko has the best shot. I'm picking Loma to beat Tank. I
hope so too. I'm on that same bus, kid.
That's the closer fight than, in my opinion, Shakur and Tank right now. Nuke may disagree, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, it's nice. It's gonna be exactly that way, definitely. I'm also sticking with the Canelo. To me, I find like he's trolling. In a quiet way that I know they're gonna fight though. I know they're gonna fight, and when they do fight, those pay-per-view numbers are gonna be off the fucking roof.
That's possible. I mean, that's a way of, I guess, lingering it out there, so that people just get more and more anxious about it. And when he does drop it, then like you said, it's gonna be, it's gonna be the biggest fight that can be made right now in boxing.
Maybe Canelo get his 200 million. I'm telling you, this is gonna be like the biggest fight ever. Everybody wants to see this fight. Canelo's watching everybody along the way. He's not even wasting his freaking energy washing these people away.
So here's my question: If let's just say the fight does get announced in the next few weeks, how much are you guys willing to pay for that pay-per-view?
Whatever it is. For him and Benvavidez.
I'm paying whatever.
Throw it up there. I'll pay it.
In the UK. I'll pay for the pay-per-view with the Zone.
And if I could get good tickets, I will go to see it.
I feel the same way. But do you think that the masses will do the same?
What you're gonna talk? Listen, Canelo had done what? Like, what was it? What size? One like 550? 550 was it? Something like that?
With nobody.
Right. So imagine with Benvavidez. Just ask yourself. Imagine with Benvavidez how that is just gonna be. It's gonna be crazy.
No, I know. I get that the numbers are gonna be higher. But are they? If they say it's gonna be 100, 120, you think that people are gonna all pay that?
I'll go with a hot take. I think Canelo Benvavidez gets close to $750,000 pay-per-view buys, 750,000 pay-per-view buys, closer to $1 million. I would say it gets close to $1 million pay-per-view buys.
Now, you guys are being really optimistic that the fight's going to happen. What if it does not happen? If he's fighting Jamal Charlo, if he's fighting Edgar Berlanga, if he's fighting Chris Eubank, if he's fighting one of these guys, that's a whole different conversation you're having right there. How many pay-per-view buys does it do with Berlanga, Charlo, or Eubank? How many buys does he do then?
So
Probably
I'll be
300 at tops.
no. Here's the
300
deal.
or 400.
I think with Jamal Charlo and Eubank, he does 300 to 400. I'd say he'd do a bit higher with Berlanga because of the big Puerto Rican contention. Can still build it up, it's a Puerto Rican Mexican derby. I'd say he does close to the 500,000 number with Berlanga.
Maybe, but that's a really big maybe.
Let me be clear. I'm not saying Berlanga's a star. Let me be fucking clear.
I don't know. I think with all of them,
I think they build it, of that Puerto Rican Mexican rivalry. Which they would.
And I think for me, I think people would look at it has to be a good Puerto Rican versus Mexican rivalry.
Yeah.
And this is not that. And so I think people, and no one's really hot on Edgar Berlanga as well. So it's going to be a situation where because Canelo's Canelo, he could probably do 300 or 400 just off the strength of his name. But I don't think he's even going to touch 5. People are going to stream that, fire stick that all day long.
Right.
Oh, hell yeah, they're going to fire stick that one with Berlanga. They're going to fire stick that.
I'm going to be one of them. The only thing is, since I watch UFC too, I don't like paying for only one fight that's good on the main card. I at least want the co-main to be just as good. Yeah, because
for a good card.
Yeah, because what I hate about boxing is they only want to charge pay-per-view for the headliner, and all the other undercard shit is like fights that almost nobody watches.
This is why. Listen, we can have our opinions, over the, over Saudi Arabia and all that, like culturally and all that, and the sports washing thing. But what they've done with boxing is when we've ordered, those Riyadh season shows, it hasn't just been the one fight, at the top of the bill. It's been a good card. It's been an excellent card of action.
It's been stacked. They're doing pretty much similar to like UFC cards.
Oh dear God! The son of Cambosis is here.
Oh my God!
Oh no, man!
Speaking of which, there's something me and Nuke need to cook him over as well.
I will be in your town, Mr. Son of New Jersey, going to watch Shakur Stevenson.
Hold on, one question first for Hit Kid. If Inoue gets to 126, do you think he beat Ropesy?
Yes. One word answer. Yes.
Yes. I agree.
Now we got a question for the Son of New Jersey, and I'm hoping the Son of New Jersey takes this in the right direction. I believe this is a rumor at this point. Hit Kid, please proceed.
So it was reported yesterday as on boxing news sites that for Leon Paro's homecoming fight, they're going to do an Australian derby with Leon Paro versus George Kambosos Jr. for Paro's 140 belt.
Give me a break.
Who wins that fight?
Break. Oh my God. Leon Paro. Liam Paro.
He's actually picking Paro. Good man.
All right, the son of Cambosis has changed his ways. All right.
I like both them dudes, but come on, man. But come on, man. Pyro, I think either TKOs him or gets him to a decision. UD.
Okay. All real respect to my brother, the Son of New Jersey. Talk to me about the Ryan situation, and then dig into the Canelo Eubank. How does that make sense to you?
When I heard Canelo Eubank, I'm like, you better be trolling. This better be a joke. I really hope it is.
No joke. Travel's reporting that's the front runner for the fight. I'm hoping it's Cap, but if it is made and he truly is the front runner, what are you thinking?
Well, I think that's probably the biggest cherry pick of 2024.
Oh my God! He says what the entire panel is saying. It's a cherry pick.
If it's him, Terrence Crawford. What?
No, I'm saying you're saying what everybody is saying. It's a big cherry pick. I agree.
Yeah, it's either that Crawford, especially Berlanga. Oh my God, no! That's those are cherry picks. Tramal, if it was like 2019, I'd accept it. But now, no, trash. Cannot accept it, and I will not accept it. No. And if that happens, I'm actually gonna fire stick that shit too. I'm not gonna pay for that shit.
That's right. So let me ask you about this.
I ain't gonna watch it.
What do you think about Ryan in that situation? You think about those comments that Ryan has said? Are you familiar with what he said?
I'm familiar with what he said. Don't got much to say, but all I'm saying, dude needs help. Like what Virgil Ortiz has told him, you need help. So that's what I think. I have nothing much to say. I'm not going to say anything negative about it, but I'm just hoping Ryan gets the help he needs, and I heard he's going into rehab or something, but that dude is crazy.
I don't know.
Thing is, so hold on, I need to quickly say something on that. Thing is, he says he's going into rehab. We need to see the actual, I'm not trying to be horrible here, but we need to see, the proof that he has gone into rehab. Because we know how Ryan, tweets and all that. And I'm not trying to be horrible and all that, but it's like, can we, get that if you get where I'm coming from?
They just need to throw him in wherever they need to throw him at. His parents, straight up and down. They need to throw him in there and get his life back in track, or if not, it's going to get worse for this kid more and more. That's simple as that.
Yeah, like just show us the paperwork. Show us the paperwork, and we'll be good.
Yeah.
Now that he ain't fighting no more, he should be spending that year or whatever it is in there.
Look, man, Ryan Garcia don't seem to give a shit about anything, to be honest with you, man. He doesn't care about any of this. He got his money. He's suspended anyway, so he's like, fuck it. He frankly looks like he just could give a shit about any of this, bro. He crashing out completely. He's racist. He's doing. You remember he just got arrested not that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's just at the point where he just don't give a flying fuck about anything.
Yo,
and it's sad.
It's crazy though. It's crazy because back in 2020, who would have expected this shit?
No, not me. But I'm just flabbergasted, bro. Like, how can the fucking parents just sit there and watch their son just fucking flush everything down the toilet? Like, you know what I'm saying? And talking reckless and all this shit, like not giving him the help he needs, or that's just insane, bro. That's insane. Unless his father's racist as fuck too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that could be the fact too. Well, we know.
Yeah, that's true. Because, like you said, everything starts in the house.
Do is just pray for Ryan.
That's all we could do. You're right about that, son.
We can pray and hope that he gets help, but we cannot. But we also have to, be firm and be like, we have to, be fair to everyone and be like, this shit ain't right. What you said.
That's right. And his apology and all that. And this fucking guy, what's his name? What's that dude again? The lap dancer? Showbiz, the lap dancer? This fucking guy kind of like agreed with that shit.
What did he say?
He said some shit about he said talking about, I don't know about y'all out there, but me, it didn't insult me at all. Now if it insulted you guys, then well, fuck it, like in other words, he didn't give a fuck about how you feel, how they feel, this feel. He doesn't feel that way. He said, because I see everybody as kings and queens. I'm a black man at the end of the day.
See, you got to
see if I can do it with the eyes open. I'm a black man at the end of the day.
You got to understand that Showbiz is really tired from all that dick riding he be doing all day with all those fighters.
Oh, I couldn't believe he said that shit, though. I mean, I thought he would just come out swinging. And even South Fag, it's not really, not how you say, not supporting that at all. South Fag is not supporting that at all.
And Southpaw doesn't even get a chance to have an opinion because this guy is probably the most racist guy on YouTube.
Oh, he's the worst. He was like, everybody from y'all niggas from New Jersey, y'all all soft. And I don't care what you say or what you think. This is my channel. I say what I want. Dick.
Bro, this is the same guy that assaults people in real life, so his opinion don't count for shit.
I can't stand Southpaw.
His opinion is ass anyways.
The showbiz
going
killed
on,
me.
bro?
That comment with showbiz killed me, bro.
Yo, what's going on, bro? What are you saying about Southpaw, bro? Saying about Southpaw, bro?
Southpaw's trash. That's what we're saying.
Yo, I'm Southpaw, bro.
Yeah. You need the voice. You need to say,
I'm Southpaw, bro. That's funny.
Yo, bro. Listen, bro. Can you guess who it is, bro?
Hold on. This is
Showbiz.
Mr. Pigeon, bruh. It's Mr. Pigeon, bruh.
Oh, how you doing,
word
buddy?
up, bro. Yeah,
How you
I'm
doing,
good,
sir?
bro.
All right.
Straight up, bro. Listen, bro. Whatever's going on with the Southpaw, bro. Why is his name Southpaw? Sounds like something that comes out of a rat's ass, bro.
Because apparently he's a
I like that UK.
Yo, nobody wants that Southpaw shit, bro. Fuck him, bro.
We have Hit Kid's uncle in the building.
For real,
what
yo.
the fuck?
Even I'll get a laugh out of that.
Somebody put Hit Kid's
Damn. Where the fuck's that guy from? Where's he from? This Glit Kids? Damn.
Hit Kid.
I'm from up north here in the UK.
Yeah, man. I'm from Birmingham, bro.
Just outside of Manchester.
Nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you, nigga. Whoa.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man. Whoa, drop the N word, bro.
I gotta get him up out of here, man.
You gotta go.
I think that's what you do, bro.
That guy sounds like that guy sounds. No disrespect. That guy sounds like he's high as a kite.
Yeah, I think he was stoned.
He on his Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Right now, he just took a bag of dope and decided to
John, yeah, it's like
I'm from Birmingham, my brother.
Yo, that guy reminded me of the guy that came on IBFP's live like 3 years ago when him and Two Hands Up were doing what's it called, Free Smoke Friday? No, not Free Smoke Friday. They were like doing what the fuck were they? Raw. Like something IBFP Raw. Yeah, and then some guy that was high as a kite came on. He was just like, yo.
That guy was high as a
the stream is lit, huh?
Ski, you there, my friend?
I remember that.
Yo.
What up, bro? Shout out to Hit Kid's uncle, aka Peter Griffin. But he's racist.
Scott, do you want to say your piece, my friend?
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck you, UK. You got trash, man. Don't get on here talking crazy.
Yeah, what we talking about?
McGirt, what's good with you, McGirt?
What's good, bro? What we talking about?
We talking about Canelo. We talking about Ryan. What do you want to chime in on this, man? Talk to me.
Shit, both of them. So, all right. So Canelo and Eubank Jr. If that shit is true, bro, that's 110% a cherry pick. And I ain't even gonna watch that shit. I probably won't even stream that shit. That shit is just that's a disgrace for real. If he does that, I'd probably rather see Berlanga.
Damn, that's how bad the Eubank fight is. That people would rather see Berlanga than that. Like that is crazy.
Yeah, and the Berlanga fight is terrible, but Eubank Jr. That's literally like you're just picking some random fighter from a lower class.
I mean, you might as well whoop Hit Kid's ass. You're gonna do that.
And then with Ryan, bro, we can't make no excuses for Ryan. He honestly, I feel like this all started with when he took a loss to Tank, and I feel like this is his way of feeling like he's still on top. He's still like the main attraction. But I mean, what he said, that shit was despicable, bro. I never heard no fighter talk like that about other races. So we can't make no excuses about other fighters like to say that don't compare to what he said, bro. What he said was completely out of left field.
Yeah, that shit he said about Floyd joined that was crazy. Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
That's some fucked up shit.
That was insane, bro.
Yeah, and the Muslims.
I thought they were lying when I saw that shit, but that shit right there is crazy, bro.
Yeah, and the Muslims and all that shit, bro.
That's hard. That's hard.
And he always just goes back to the same excuse. You know, Jesus is on my side, God's on my side.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't believe that stuff.
I mean, you can't. I mean, I get it. God saves you from everything. You pray. You gotta have faith, but you also got consequences when you're down here, bro. Because he just can't be saying that shit. That shit right. That last part that he said about that the chokehold thing. That's That's
Yeah,
horrible, bro.
It's just stupid because
I don't know why he said that shit at all. There was no reason for him to even say any of that.
That's horrible.
It was.
If he wanted to say, "Oh,
talking-
people be using the N word or the N word, and when I use it, they bother me. I don't know why." Then I get that. But the shit he went with the Ku Klux Klan and all that shit, and
bro, he said
one time,
he
I
said
he's crazy.
he
Man.
said let's bring George Floyd back to life and kill him again, bro. Like,
Yeah,
come
that's
on,
what he
man.
said on that. Yep.
What the
Yep.
fuck? Like, what
And,
the hell, bro?
and he can't use the excuse of the drugs and the alcohol because, like, I mean, I'm not on social media, but you're typing it and you still have that split second to reread it and put it on before you send it out there to the world, right?
Right, and
it's on a video recording. He said these things.
All right. So it's not like, you know, it's not like it's in the heat of the moment because you're having an argument with some guy in front of your face and you're gonna, you know, sit there and type it or whip out your phone and say what you need to say. You've thought about this. Like you had a second to think about what you're about to say.
And he casually said it like it was nothing. Like he didn't give a fuck.
For real, because
like he's not even
like
drunk. Like he's not drunk or nothing.
No, I think he was drunk. He was slurring his words and shit. But you know, a drunk mind speaks sober thoughts. Like he probably is like that behind closed doors. It's probably how he jokes and shit. But I mean, we can't. You know, I'm Mexican. As a Mexican, I don't want to support that shit, bro. Because you know, I'm from. We don't support none of that shit, bro. Like black and brown is supposed to be like the same thing.
Yeah, I just told my bro because he don't be, you know, reading stuff like that, like doing, you know, he likes boxing, but he's not really into it like that. I just told him that he walked in about that Floyd shit. He was like, "What?" He ready to get on this damn show real quick to just express his feelings.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, bro. I don't know what the fuck wrong with him.
Yeah.
He literally throwing his whole career away. I don't know.
But I'm telling you that shit like that make you talk like that is crack, bro. This nigga smoking crack. He's smoking crack. He's smoking everything.
Yeah,
And one, he's coolies, woolies, put them all together. He's doing
bro,
it all.
It's not even as a joke anymore. He probably is like into that heavy stuff now.
Yeah, he's
My
gone.
dude
He's
be
gone
smoking that
past
pussy crack
insanity,
from New
man.
Jack City.
And I'm saying though, it's crazy how you say that when the camp around him is black.
Yeah,
For
he got
real.
a lot of black support. A lot of black people was supporting him over Devin Haney. I don't understand. He was in a good position. Dana White had just came out and said that his team didn't think it was any foul play with the steroid use.
Yeah.
He was in a good position, bro, and he just fucked it all up again.
Yeah. They was actually blaming
Basically
Zab
fucked
Judas
himself.
dude, the dude they used to run with him.
And
Who
that
the
was
fuck is this guy?
that was that Peter Griffin guy that they were talking
Yeah,
about.
the UK
His
guy.
kid's uncle. Clavo says, "Shout out to the landlord and everyone on the panel. Can't make it this live, guys. I'm about to get some dome and some cheeks."
Good on Carlo.
Salute to my brother Clavo. Let us know when
Congratulations.
mom is back available.
I was actually
Just
going to
joking,
ask
man.
Luke.
Just joking.
Good job, Clavo. That's what it
Actually,
means, Clavo.
I had
Clavo
a
la mujer.
question.
Good job.
I'm surprised. I don't know if you heard me.
I had
Maybe
a question,
you seem
dude.
too calm.
What?
Anyway, salute
Hey,
to my brother
let me
Clavo.
a question. I'm gonna ask you a question real quick. What about Bam Rodriguez? Where y'all see him at in the pound
Oh,
for
that
pound?
guy.
Yeah.
That guy. Bam's that guy.
He's that guy. He's that dude.
Where you see it? Where you see him though at the pound? When I last saw the pound for pound, somebody put him in like fifth.
That's a fair. That's a
Number
fair
Over
shake.
Tank, over Tank and everybody. They put him 5.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Tank should not even be on that list. The fuck?
If Tank's on that list, he's at the bottom of the list.
Bro,
They
they
ain't
have Tank and
they
Arrow.
didn't even have him on the bottom of the list. Believe it or not.
Yeah, no, legitimately, it's like so with the pound for pound list right now, you've got Usyk and Inoue. That's your 1 and 2, and I think anyone arguing that. For me, just on this is on activity. It probably will change after August. I think you put Canelo then Crawford. I get Crawford hasn't lost a fight. Let me be clear, but Canelo's been more active than Crawford. Crawford's not 14. I believe nearly a year and a half since the Spence fight. I'm going on activity. That's why I've got Canelo 3rd, Crawford 4th, and I put Bam there at 5th.
Yeah, he's perfect on that 5 then. See? That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, and then Bivol. Yeah, and then like Bivol at
Then you
6,
put
better
Bivol.
BF
You put
7.
Better
Bivol,
BF has to be
BF.
above Bivol.
Yeah, why?
Because,
He has
Why
what?
would
yeah,
better?
I go better BF 6 before 7 because better BF's unified. Bivol is only the one champion. The winner of that, though, is breaking into the top 5. You know, this year. The winner of that's breaking into the top 5. I will go. So there's your 6 and 7. Jai Opataia's at 8. Any pound for pound list not having Jai
Okay,
Opataia
I
on
like
it,
that.
in my opinion, is crazy.
Right.
Virgil number 9.
No.
Nah.
No, I'm sorry. I've got to completely disagree with you though.
Yeah.
My 9, and I may get heat for this, so I will apologize. I think this is a justifiable spot you could put Tank Davis. 9 or 10.
What the fuck?
No, what the?
Oh,
No.
Come on, bro.
Hold on,
You're gonna
before
tell
you
me?
put me.
So you would have
No.
Tank over Virgil?
No.
Hey, we having the
No.
pound for pound list talk.
Hell no.
No. Hold on. No, I
gotta
think
hear
some
his
people
shit.
will put Tank though in 9 or 10. For me though, I think you can't put Virgil in there because he's not won a world title. You can't put him
you
there
can't
yet.
put Tank in there because he hadn't beat anybody.
No, I agree on that. I think 9 you've got to put. I think 9 you've got to. I think you're still going to put Tio in that list.
You
though
Okay,
he's got
I
Tio, but
can give you that. I can give you
I
that.
think you got to put Tio at 9, and then 10 is 10. You're looking at. I mean, you're just like Gallows trying to get beat, so I think he has to drop out the list. I think 10. You're looking at either Lomachenko, who's been multiple time champion and all that. Those are 10. I also think at 10. Who's the other one I'm trying to think of? Fuck. There is one I'm trying to think of.
Anything. Put Tio and Loma.
Don't say Benvavidez.
Yeah,
No,
just leave
no,
Tio and
I'm not
Loma, and that's
saying
a perfect
Benvavidez.
list.
Stevenson.
Yeah, you can put Loma at 10. Yeah, I'll put Loma at 10. Well, that's my top 10.
T Glizzy says, "Nuke, give us your list." I like to put a little thought into it before I really put out a list or anything like that. I like
Here's
to
the
really
thing. Can I quickly say this though? If Loma versus Tank is happening in November, the winner of that is definitely on the list.
No, I can agree with that. I mean, if Tank is to win over Loma, he can crack the pound for pound list. But the only thing he's cracking his nuts right now because he hasn't beat anybody.
Yeah.
So I actually had a curious question for the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, son.
I had a curious question, and it's a question for all you guys on the panel. Let's say Tank does not fight Loma in November, right? But he chooses another world champion, like he chooses this other guy, Dennis Borincek. And let's say he fights Dennis. Yeah, let's say he fights him instead, knocks him out. Do we give Tank Davis credit for beating Dennis Borincek? And should he be a pound for pound fighter if he beats him?
I think he gets credit for the fight, but I don't know if that's enough to really put him on
here's
the
the
pound
deal.
for pound list.
Here's my take on that. He gets credit for the fight because he's willing to unify. That's where I'm going to give him credit. He gets credit for the fight because he's willing to unify and he's fighting another champion. That ain't a pound for pound worthy list win.
Yeah,
that's not.
I think people look at Tank as a semi-star. He's a little star. He's a little star. He's a little guy that's that has the pound for pound talents, but he hasn't proven it. Because what if Tank goes against Loma? We all think that it's going to go one way, or now he gets exposed, and against an older Loma. What if this guy goes up against somebody else and gets exposed? We don't know what Tank can really do. We've seen him against guys with no defense and no power like Leo Santa Cruz. We've seen him against guys like Raleigh Romero, who's trash. We've seen him against guys like Isaac Cruz. And as much credit as Isaac Cruz get, never forget this guy got beat by a journeyman. Never forget that this guy Tank Davis is talking about when you look at his resume, he beat Frank Martin, a 30-year-old virgin. Who the fuck is Frank Martin beat? I mean, come on, man. We gotta keep the same energy.
Anybody beat his meat.
Like the truth is, and I think this has to be brought up, is everyone wants to see the Tank Loma fight. Everyone wants to see the Tank Loma fight.
I agree.
That's why. Yeah, but like the difference
that's why I'm
is.
like saying, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I agree with the IBFP. Like, I mean, if like you the scenario that you just created, yeah, I mean, he would get credit for beating that guy, but it doesn't merit him being on the pound for pound list. And on the second point, where yeah, we all want this fight, and we all want it, and I'm hopeful that Loma exposes and beats him, but even if he were to win, it's like you waited, you aged him out. Like how much credit, how much credit can you get for that? That's like somebody failing 3 years his senior year just so he can be a 21-year-old senior playing high school football. Like, bro, you're gonna fucking run over some people.
No. This is like, I'm gonna give you an example of what this is like. This is like, let's say the hottest girl in school is like Isabel, and you're like, man, I'm gonna bag Isabel and show everybody that I'm that guy. But then the problem is, you bag her, 5 years after school, where she's fat, had 10 kids, looks like trash. Bagging her at this point is too far. You should have bagged her ass when she was in her prime. Bagging her at this point means not a damn thing. You're just a fat bitch slayer at this point. So let's just be honest. You got a bagger in her prime, or you don't get the
grenade
same
at this point.
You don't get the same credit.
No, that's different.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but that's different though. That's different though, Lou. That's different though, Lou.
But y'all really think that Loma's washed up if he fights him in November?
No,
no.
But he's not at his best. You're not understanding.
He's not washed, but he's not at his best.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Luke. I got you.
Yeah, he's still a top guy, but what I'm saying is he's not at his very best as he was at one point. And so you sat there and waited until he became not as good as he was. And so you feel like now's the time to strike when he's maybe had some slippage. Now, you're not going to look like he had slippage against a guy like Kambosos because he's trash. I mean,
would you think that was Tank's fault, or would you think that was Floyd Mayweather's fault at that time?
See, you got to understand that Floyd Mayweather works for Tank. Tank has to sign off on all that shit. Tank could force any fight he legitimately wanted. Tank even went on record of saying that I've never asked to fight Lomachenko or any of the top fighters. He's on record.
Proves my point.
He said, I've never asked to fight any of these guys. I remember back in, I want to say 2021, he was talking about, I'm going to wait another 2-3 years before I fight Lomachenko. The guy was been saying and delaying these same things over and over and over again. At the end of the day, Tank Davis really wanted to wait this guy. If Tank really wanted to fight him, the fight would have happened.
Yep.
That proves my point, because that proves my point for a lot of things. Because a lot of people always said, "Oh, it's Floyd Mayweather that was holding him down," and I'll be like, "Listen, a fighter wants to fight somebody, he gonna fight that person.
Yeah,
so
like,
don't be blaming the fucking promoters."
Bro, at the end of the day, Floyd is retired. Whatever he says is irrelevant. Tank is the one that's in the ring now, and he's also a fucking adult. He's not no kid anymore. The fuck?
Yeah, he's his own man, bro. So. But even if he takes the fight with Loma now, I still respect that, because I mean we've been waiting forever, bro. I just want to see.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I keep getting the same question by this guy, the Universal Boxing Establishment, IBFP. How do you activate a mandatory so David can do that? David knows how to activate his mandatory. Right now, he has a 2-week extension to where he can decide to pursue his mandatory at 68 or 75.
What the fuck are you asking us for?
People are saying that Southpaw's burner. I'm not fully sure, but when did David activate that 2-week mandatory? What day was that?
No, he didn't activate a 2-week mandatory. He got a 2-week extension on.
Yeah, when was that agreed? I'm asking because it was in the news.
Let me give you the exact date. Let me give you the date.
Because if we can get the date on that, because we know it's upcoming. I believe it is next week, right?
Wasn't it like last week when they activated that? A week passed already?
Let me take a look here. And then while I pull that up, my brother says, need to put Clarissa Shields before Tank on the pound for pound list. Look, I know that we think that Clarissa Shields is more of a man than Tank, but we have separate pound for pound lists for men and women.
Yeah, like the women's boxing division, in my opinion. I'm sorry, but what I notice is that in every single women's division, it's like the top 2 or 3 girls or women who fucking destroy third world country small women in every single division. Like it's so bad. The level of competition in those divisions aren't even that good.
What pisses Clarissa Shields off, and I'm gonna make it mentioned again, is the fact she ain't the face of women's boxing.
Another thing, the David Benvavidez activated his 2-week.
That was 8 days ago. 8 days ago it broke, so we're gonna know about that by the end. By what do you call it? This time next week.
Remember,
we're going to be on a live this time next
Friday.
Week.
Next Friday, we will know if David Benvavidez is pursuing his mandatory at 68 or if he's pursuing it at 75.
So to say it bluntly, everyone, you want to be here on this live next week. Like,
Absolutely.
you know,
Alex L said, if Tank stops Loma, I'll be very impressed. I would be impressed too, but I would also have an asterisk by it because you're going to fight the very best Loma.
Yeah, you took out a Loma who's elite, but not at his best.
Exactly. Kind of like, yeah, you fought Ryan, but you had a bunch of stipulations. Like, there shouldn't be asterisks besides every time you fight a live body. There's kind of little asterisk right there.
I'll be impressed if he stops Loma. I'd be very impressed if Tank stopped Loma. Guess what? I'm not expecting to be impressed. I'm still picking Loma.
Yeah,
like, I'm adamant on
so do I, but yeah, but do I think he'll stop Loma? No, because it's still got Loma, boxing Tank to a decision. I think he's smart enough to actually avoid those power shots.
Son of New Jersey's going decision. I'll go one further. I have Loma stopping Tank.
Man, what if Loma stopped Tank? The world would go crazy.
If let me be clear.
I would love to see that.
Stops
I would
Tank,
love to see it.
If Loma stops Tank, I think it'd be a late stoppage around 10 or 11. Near the decision range. But if Loma stopped Tank, and we all need to seriously have this conversation, if Loma stops Tank, where would that rank Loma like within this modern era of boxing?
One of the greatest 135 pounders that we've seen.
Yeah, arguably one of the greatest 135s in history.
I just want to know if the Matrix will be able to take those hits. That's all I want to know.
He has to hit him first.
He will.
And I'll tell you guys this.
He will.
He has to hit him first, Supreme.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you how many.
Okay, I don't know, but okay, I believe that.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you how many prisoners of the moment we'll have after that fight too. If Tank wins, you're gonna have people giving Tank more credit for the Loma win than they gave Teofimo.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yes.
Which the Teofimo and I still to this day, that was a fight Loma lost. I came out. I think I was on this channel the night after that fight. I said Teo won that because Teo won that fight. If you remember, that fight was a draw going into the last round. That fight was a draw going into the last round, and Teo won it in the last. He pulled it out in the 12th. To fully win the fight.
And he fought a better version of Loma than Tank is gonna fight coming up.
Yeah.
And we all saw Loma beat the brakes off of Devin Haney, and we saw that that was a robbery. Which but technically Loma already has an elite name on his resume, which is Haney, except he got robbed.
Right, but that can happen again. That's why I hope that what Hit Kid is saying is going to comes to fruition, because I think even if Loma boxes the shit out of him and outclasses him, exposes him, I don't think they give him the decision.
They rob Loma again. This channel will be.
It depends on the judges.
We've seen Newt go off, for the robbery to Devin Haney, on Loma. If they rob Loma to Tank and it's clear, this channel might explode with.
Oh fuck yeah! My fucking hair I'll turn into a Super Saiyan. My fucking hair will be on fire, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how rude I would be that night.
And another thing is that, and another thing when it comes to like Ryan Garcia saying crazy things, I just want to say this: like he can move past it, and if he cleans up his act or whatever. I mean, you remember when Tank Davis came up and literally grabbed his baby mama in front of everybody, and like everybody kind of forgot about that. Maybe this would be a similar situation.
Look, if he gets the right help, dog. If he gets the right help and everything, then he might have a future in the sport. But if he keep going down this rabbit hole, hey, the streets is real, man. I'm sorry. Nobody can save you from the streets, man. And you go out there like that, man, the streets want you, they're going to swallow you up, bro, with words you say like that. I'm being honest.
I don't think today Ryan's a clown.
Yeah. Like I don't think. I honestly. I think at this point, if the way this is shaping out, in my opinion, is he's done. Like his sponsorships are gonna cut. He's getting his license taken away by the WBC, and who else is gonna follow now? So I hope that he he sits down and reflects, or somebody sits him in a room, locks him in a room, and be like, "Yo, dude, this ain't the right way." And I hate to say it, but he might be a fucking, like one of those old rock stars that just riz to the top and then crashed and burned. And we might be, I hope not, but if he doesn't change his ways, then we might be, talking about a deceased
What if
Ryan in the
story?
future. Yeah, no, not even a what if, like a deceased Ryan, because if he
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
get
that
help,
too.
he might go down that hallway and not come back.
What I'm
Yeah,
saying, bro.
like a boxer that reminds me of that is like Tommy Morrison, bro.
Oh yeah.
He had all the hype with him when he was young, but by the time he even won a belt, and then turns out he had HIV, and then instead of doing the treatments, well, he did the treatments in the beginning, but then afterwards he stopped believing in them, and he would rather do drugs and shit, and then he ended up dying in like his 40s.
Yeah,
That shit was sad.
Tommy Morrison's
died
a
young.
tragic tale.
God
And
rest his soul, man. Tommy Morrison was one of my favorites.
Beast mode. Especially
Dad
in Rocky
David,
5.
he says Crawford can say racist shit, but Ryan said the N-word? Question mark. So
What
Crawford
did
never
Crawford
said
say?
that he's anti any race. He never said that he hates these people. It look like there's a big difference in what Crawford and both Ryan Garcia said. But I'm not excusing either. Anybody that say anything remotely racist is a piece of trash and a clown and shouldn't say it. But there's a huge difference in what Ryan said, though, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, read what Ryan said. Read what Ryan said, and then let it reflect on your head. You know what I mean? Like the shit he said about bringing the person alive and then bring it and then to kill him again. That's fucking insane, my dude.
The man
That's fucked up. It's disgusting.
I mean, like there's a huge difference. Ryan literally said he hate N-words. He's anti-black. He said he's the KKK. He wants to bring George Floyd back to life and then kill that N-word again. So obviously, Ryan Garcia, everything he said was way more extreme than anything Terrence Crawford has never said anything close to that. So he might have said some very poor taste, disrespectful, even disgusting things. But what Ryan said was like next level extreme.
What did Crawford say? I've never heard that.
They said that Terrence Crawford said that he would beat the burritos out of Jose Benavidez Jr.
That's one person.
That's not bad, bro. That's not bad. That sounds like trash
like a funny comment.
That's like playing
That's
with stereotypes. It's not really.
That kind of more like a build up to a fight or something.
Yeah,
Right, and it's only towards one person.
That's not aiming at the whole race. That's aiming at one person. Yeah, you're making a little joke about his race, but it's a joke though. But what Ryan said was way more worse than that. Come on.
Right, it crossed the line.
Exactly.
It crossed the line that you shouldn't cross.
What Bud Crawford said was just like a funny comment to build up his fight with Benavidez Jr.
Legendary night says IBFP brags about Fulton getting a black beat off of him for a month straight, and none of us said anything. Explain to me what's racist about getting a black beat off of you.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing as like what Crawford said. It's just a joke. Like, yeah. I mean, if we're gonna be real, boxing race does go into boxing. People do pay attention to race and shit like that, and people do say things. But what Ryan said was like a blanket statement about a whole race. A couple of them, not even just black people, but that's two whole different things. Like that, we're not gonna be soft as shit in boxing to the point where you can't even talk shit about somebody in their personal life. But
Christ, bro.
Ryan wasn't even talking shit to nobody specifically, except for George Floyd, who that's crazy.
Which is disrespecting the dead person, by the way.
He said Tim Bradley says he called Ryan a zoo animal, but that's not racist. It was more of a situation because Ryan Garcia is acting like an animal. He's all over the place.
Yeah, because Ryan's acting uncivilized. It had nothing to do with him being like.
And by the way, I went back to my argument before. The times I've seen animals referenced in race has been about what you saw at football games with the fucking disgusting monkey chants and all that, which you've seen at soccer games. It's been worldwide news. When soccer stars have gone, where black soccer stars have gone through that. Like they've had bananas tossed at them. They've been like in Spanish media. It's like big and like it's disgusting. There's no right for it.
And it's just like
that's and everybody's trying to compare stuff again. I see that the comments and what they're saying about the being a black off of him or the zoo animal. I think, Nuke, you need to read that last part again. Read that last part again so people could get that in their head. What he said on his last comment.
Tim Bradley called Ryan a zoo animal, and he still has a job at ESPN.
And what did
again? That has nothing to do with
that
him
has
being
nothing to do with what
Hispanic.
Ryan said. Like he's in
Yeah.
other words, he's trying to say he's acting like he's reckless. He's all over the place, like an animal.
Yeah.
Shit that he said was some animal shit. That was some what he said right there was some diabolical shit. If you really want to get technical with it, he's past the animal for saying what he
play
said.
the victim. Ryan's just trying to play the victim card. He don't
It's
even.
too late for that
He's
now.
offended by that shit.
He's done. Like when you there's no way you can play the victim when you go after not just like that. This is the difference. Those comments, Tim Bradley's comment, Terence Crawford's comment, they're about one person. Okay, they're about one person. The difference here is Ryan Garcia went after everybody. He went after an entire race of people. Like
And
it wasn't
way
just
harder,
one person.
too.
He went after everybody. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's what these people are not understanding. Maybe they need to read that comment that Ryan Garcia said. Maybe we need to say it all over again so they could get that last phrase on that whole comment that when he went from that KKK straight down to bringing this man alive and then killing him again. Now, that shit is insane, bro.
So
I don't know how y'all see that, but to me, that's crazy.
Let me ask you this.
That's
Ryan Garcia said, so the WBC, so many other people have said racist remarks and you never expelled them. But I'm expelled for life. I never heard the WBC expel him for life, but he said that. He also goes on to say, it's okay. Just don't try to work with me ever again, even after I get clean and sober. The problem is Devin has said racist things, and so has Tim Bradley, and nothing happened. You do nothing. So he's criticizing the WBC. Does he have an argument?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no. He's playing the victim, bro.
Sorry, no, because of
there's a big difference in saying the N-word, seeing the whole race, Ryan. It's a dumbass.
There's a big difference between, saying as Supreme said the N-word, but also, the Sioux animal comment, because that was how you acted. Then, comparing, then saying, I hate all Muslims. I wish all of them would die. There's a huge difference. That's one person.
Right.
You're saying that to every person, every, Muslim person on the planet. That's fucked. It's not right.
Hold on. Somebody wants to join the panel.
That's
Superboy Prime.
Fuck it.
That's crazy.
I don't want to.
This is a serious matter.
Why I get kicked off if I say this, and I do apologize.
Just say it.
Okay?
Just say it. Just say it.
He's fucking talking like Hitler. With how Hitler wanted to get rid of the Jews. That's Hitler talk.
When you say you're anti something, is that not the same kind of talk, right?
Yeah, that's Hitler talk.
Yes, it is.
And I never want to bring up that evil son of a fucking bitch. May he rot in hell. But that's what Ryan's doing right now.
And that's why I said, I
don't know if I would say, I wouldn't put it on the same level. Like, I don't think he really hates, and I don't think he's really anti-black, but I think he probably got feelings that he harbors and shit. But I mean,
it's not the no. So, Edgar, it ain't the anti-black thing. It was the anti-Muslims comment, which I had the bigger problem with, saying that all Muslims should die and all that. That's Hitler talk.
Well, I mean, he said the same thing he literally said, I'm anti-black. He literally said, let's kill all the black people or whatever. But I mean, I don't necessarily feel like that's really how he feels. I really think he's just clout chasing, looking for attention.
Yeah, but there's way
Yeah,
better
but
ways
what
to do
attention?
it.
Yeah, what attention would give you like that?
Like,
Bro,
do you
everybody
want
already thinks of.
attention?
Huh?
And that's what I said. Like, I mean, we keep going back and forth, but like, there's a difference about what he said and what other people said, and the severity of what your words were towards a whole race. And that's why I said, like, man, I honestly think that in boxing, this is the end of the road for him, and I just hope that he cleans himself up to the best of his abilities, or else we're gonna be, listening to fucking breaking news in a year or two of him not being with us anymore.
Exactly.
And by the way, this ain't me having to go this ain't you shouldn't be saying this about any race, but I'll let B Prime go.
B Prime, talk to us. What's good with you, man?
What's up, man? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ryan, he's kind of retarded, man. I don't know why he would decide to throw his career like that.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
It's an idiot. Imagine the person's family. Now that we bringing that shit back up, they got to relive this moment all over again because he decided to say, "Hey, we're gonna bring him back alive, and then let's fucking kill him again. Why not?"
Northbound Boxing, what's good with you, man?
What's going on, y'all? I'm new to the panel. I just want to say salute to all y'all. My
Salute.
bad, I'm
my
so
brother,
nasal right
what's
now. I'm
up?
kind of sick. But yeah, my bad for the nasal voice. I'm hella sick right now, but yeah, it was good.
Talk to us about the Ryan situation, Canelo. Any boxing topic
man.
you want to talk about?
I mean, with the Ryan shit, it's not even about boxing. That dude just gotta like get his life straight.
I think so too. He got a lot going on, man. Round 105, what's good with you, man?
How you doing, Nuke, and the rest of the panel? My British man over here. All right.
Good. Talk to us, man. Talk to us.
Man, dude, I heard the Ryan Garcia news. That guy really doesn't want to fight anymore. I mean, back in the day, I guess you could be racist, but nowadays, the WBC just eliminated. Let's see what other organizations kick him out for the comments that he made. That was pretty much, holy shit, man. I don't see him recuperating from this one.
And the thing is that he says disrespectful things and then he wants to play the victim side. That's what's really losing me on it. Like either you're sorry or you're not, and then you make an excuse about it, and then it's like, we know other people have said things, but what he said was way more egregious. Like you're trying to garner some kind of sympathy. Like I'm not understanding his meaning to all of this.
Yeah, no,
I think it's just personal issues that he's dealing with, just personal demons, and he's pretty much projecting it out for everyone to see.
Yeah,
okay.
But damn.
JXV88 says, imagine fighting all the top dudes in each of your divisions your whole career and still having haters cry when Canelo makes his own demands once. And that's true.
Bro. If Canelo fights Eubank, we got to get on his ass. If he fights Berlanga, we got to get on his ass.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? I'm not seeing any response from Benvavidez either, though. Benvavidez is like, dude, I gotta activate that mandatory.
We're gonna get a response by this time next week.
So that response could come in any day.
I mean, how the fuck he ain't all over social media? Like just saying, hey man, I got these. I don't need these 2 weeks. I'm gonna fight you now before you even think about going anywhere else.
That's like what I'm saying.
It doesn't seem like he's like hungry right now. You know what I mean, for this Canelo fight.
But can't you say the same for Canelo?
But can't you say the same thing for?
No, but like, hang on. Like, I could see what this guy Javi or whatever his name is. I could see his angle or his side of his point of view too, because I mean, like, we can go back to reference what Floyd did at the end of his career. Berto, fucking Ghost Ramirez, like come on, like those guys. Like no one thought they were that they stood a candle to him. But everyone else tuned in to watch the fights. Like his last 8 fights, they were nobodies, and no one says anything, and no one said anything at that point in time. So some of these guys, I mean, I don't want Canelo to do that because then I feel like that tarnishes his legacy a little because now you're picking guys that you're obviously going to steamroll, but so you shouldn't do that. But that's what they're coming from at. Like, listen, other guys did it. The biggest breadwinner or money maker of the history of boxing did it. So now he's doing it. So why is it an issue?
You gotta remember
that putting a stain on Floyd's on his legacy too. Like people don't look at Floyd like.
No. We see it that way. We see it that way. But the vast majority of other
the casuals,
the casuals and I hate to say it, the black community, they don't see it that way. They see it as like he's the greatest of all time. He's 50-0.
Yeah,
he's the greatest of all time. They see it that way.
He's not the greatest of all time.
Right. No. I'm not saying I say that. I'm not saying I say that, but I'm saying the vast majority of his camp and his viewership, they see it as that, and that's why this guy is saying that comment. He's saying like, wait a minute, like Canelo did this, and that, and now all of a sudden it's a problem. And I kind of understand that as well. I mean, I don't see it as the right thing to do, but yeah, that their angle has some validity.
You know what's funny? I do gotta say this though. Canelo's been known to be a bit of a troll, so maybe these are just kind of because he hasn't said anything. He doesn't ever talk until you might think a conversation goes one way with Dan Rafael and all these other people speaking out. Wow, Canelo ain't stupid. That what's his name? That Chris Eubank fight is not gonna sell any money. It really isn't. So I think Canelo's just trolling fans just to troll them because he does troll.
He does. But my question is, what if this is not a troll? What if this is legitimate? Are you paying for Charlo, Berlanga, or Eubank?
Nope.
I go to the bar, so I don't think it really matters.
Somebody keeps jumping on and jumping off the backstage. They left a comment in the backstage chat and said, IBFP, why don't the media ask David Benvavidez to activate his mandatory or his fake offers? Why don't they expose him?
Fair question.
You guys
I think they don't ask him. I think they don't ask him because they know that Canelo does have the power to make the fight whenever he wanted. So I think most people look at it like it's in Canelo's it's his decision. But I mean Benvavidez definitely should be fucking activating his
Canelo has to fight him if David activates the fight this time next week. We're gonna know this week.
If he don't, I'm losing a lot of respect for Canelo. If Benvavidez activated his mandatory and Canelo dropped the belt, then I'm not even looking at him as the face of boxing no more. No matter what numbers he do.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Benvavidez activates the mandatory and Canelo drops his belt, but he negotiated to keep it for William Skull, I'm gonna come on here, and I've always been a Canelo supporter. I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna put a big Canelo Alvarez picture up here, and I'm gonna put the face of Coochie, and it's gonna be the most fun you've ever seen.
And that's a fair comment.
I don't think that happens.
Supreme, I will do it.
Yo,
I don't think that happens though. I don't think that happens though. I think that if David files the damn fucking paperwork, Canelo's gonna be like, all right, cool.
No.
fight.
Where we do turn it, and I want to be dead clear on this, is if it turns out Benvavidez activates the mandatory for 175.
Okay, I mean
because if that does happen, then we're on the declining David bad style.
I doubt he's gonna do that. He was getting pieced up last fight.
Right. That's what I mean. We all expect it to be Canelo. Hello.
Yeah, you're in here.
Yeah, what's up, big dog?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're gonna see David Benvavidez post fight with a neck brace on if he activates up 75.
Look, his best bet is just to get the papers done, get this fight going. I know Canelo's not gonna say no, or he's gonna have to give up the belt. So his back, it's kind of like he could put Canelo back against the wall now.
Against the wall, yeah.
Yeah, back against the wall and say, hey, I finally got you where I want you. I'm activating this now. Now either fight me or give me the belt.
So quick question. I gotta ask a question here.
Hold on one second. Let me just read this comment. David Benvavidez still has to wait because the IBF and the WBA are due. Well, the IBF has already been settled. The WBA is not due, and the WBC is next up.
WBA ain't due because weren't that the belt which fucking Munguia brought in?
Yeah,
no, that's WBO, I think.
No. Ryder was WBO. Ryder was WBO.
It was WBO.
So the WBA was the Morel thing where they elevated but Berlanga's the WBA hasn't called anybody.
Yeah, let me be here's the deal. The next fight up is the WBC belt.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if David calls it, that is the next fight. There are no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, so David just has to call it.
Yeah. So quick question. Could you be a number one contender for different organizations, or you could just be with one?
You can be a number one.
You could be
multiple organizations.
Okay, so why not? Let's say if we're trying to crowd in, why don't you have Benvavidez fight Berlanga? A good fight, not too bad. He demolishes Berlanga, and that kind of makes him be like, all right, you wanted this fight, I already took it away. What's next? Because, I mean, he could make a fight for the end of the year.
Yeah, but the reason why that doesn't happen is because they don't want. Because what happens if he loses? He then loses his title shot. That's why it doesn't happen.
Right. Well, but there's no need either way. There's no need. Technically, there's no need right now because the WBC is the one up and he's the number one contender. So there is no need for that. If the WBC wasn't the one up right now, and he wasn't the number one contender to WBC, then that fight would make sense because he'd be like, all right, you're the number one contender at the IBF, so I'm gonna go beat you, and now I'm the number one.
Salute to my brother Eddie Carranza. Thanks so much for supporting the channel, my brother.
That's just, why is he waiting 2 weeks to? I guess he's waiting. I personally believe that he's kind of negotiating with Canelo right now. And if Canelo doesn't give, because Canelo already said he ain't going to be winning millions if I offer him the fight. He's going to be winning, pennies on the dollar.
Right. That's the other aspect of the fight. The negotiation process, and that's where all these retarded casuals that say, "But he's the A side." Well, he's the A side. Well, all right, yeah, the A side comes into play once the fight has been agreed. Like now, Canelo's gonna be like, "All right, cool. It's $100 million on the table. I'm gonna take 99. You're gonna take 1. We cool?" And then at that point, they can go back and forth. I guess.
I guess if he doesn't go his way, he'll activate it by the end of this week, and be like, you know what?
Try to get a purse bid.
Yeah.
What I don't want is for David to do this shit. For David to say, "Oh, Canelo didn't reach out to me to make the fight." It's not about what Canelo does. Activate your mandatory. You said you'd fight him for free. It doesn't matter about the first split at that point.
At that point, don't matter if you get $1.
Call me to do this or do that. No, activate your mandatory. Force the negotiations. Let Canelo drop his belt and be a pussy. Then you can talk your shit. But don't say, "Oh, he never did anything. I'm going to talk shit and move up." No, activate your mandatory, pussy.
And here's the thing, if it does go to purse bids, I want to be dead clear. If that fight goes to purse bids, PBC won't be the only bidder on that fight.
No.
Every boxing promoter, Top Rank will bid for it. PBC will bid for it. I guarantee you Matchroom will bid for it.
I'm pretty sure Matchroom would win it, though.
But at that point, if it goes to a purse bid, even the fucking Saudis can come in and sweep it out.
Nah, but they ain't gonna do that. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I think everyone's bidding on that, if I'm allowed to say it.
So if I was PBC, I would tell, I would tell Benvavidez, be like, "Hey, you better pick this fight, because if you don't." But then again, Benvavidez is saying that he won't fight under any other promotion, which is, I don't know. It's just weird.
It hurts him.
Which would mean that that's one more leg up in the negotiation for Canelo. Be like, all right, yeah, we're agreeing that we're gonna make this fight. You're not willing to leave him or PBC, that's fine. But you're only gonna make this much because you're not willing to leave him. If you're willing to leave him, then you might have more money. But your own word said, "I'm not willing to leave," so you're gonna take what I tell you.
Can I just respond to the super chat?
Please. That's why I got it up there for you.
According to the boxing CWB, A is next, then WBC. Well, if that's the truth, and let's say Canelo Berlanga is the next fight, which none of us want, I'm making this dead clear. We all want David versus Canelo next. But if Benvavidez does call the mandatory is supposed to happen in September, then you would hope they would work out a deal, where, like, in a sense, Canelo, you have to fight Berlanga, otherwise you're stripping you of undisputed. But the way I would do it is I'd make sure David gets paid, and then, be like, the next fight after that has to be David.
Well, here's the thing. Let's say if what he's saying is true. I don't believe it to be true. But if it is true, wouldn't the obvious reason that doesn't excuse or save David Benvavidez? Activate your mandatory, force the Canelo fight. So that means he's going to have to pay you step aside too, because the IBF had to be paid step aside as well. And then you would be next in line. Wouldn't that be the obvious course, Hit Kid?
Yeah.
Or you would pay Berlanga to step aside, vice versa. Yeah. Either way, you got to still activate your mandatory, but I don't believe that to be the case. I believe the WBC is next.
You know what's funny is they could, in theory, they could make a super series out of those contenders. I technically could.
Yeah, you have M. Billy and all those other guys, but Morrell's moved up in weight, so trying to chase David. So that's a whole nother.
Yeah, Morrell's fighting on this August card, as we all know. This Bud Crawford card.
Yep.
And he's not moving down?
We're going to see what Morrell's like. If Morrell's deadly at 175, he's going to stay there.
Yeah, he's probably going to.
Eddie says Ryan Garcia is the new Gypsy Crusader and will try to make money on the far right media as gifted and scam a lot of people. LOL.
That's fucking crazy, yo.
Oh man.
Like it's the new Crusader. I mean, that's insane. That's insane right there.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just David Benavidez got to activate his mandatory for Canelo. He should have even taken 2 weeks. And you don't need 2 weeks to know if you want to fight this guy or not, pussy. Just go ahead and do it.
I swear to God, if he activates the Mando, not for Canelo, but for 175, we're gonna lose it.
It's because you could never say Canelo ducked you ever because you fucked yourself.
But he has a really bad manager in his dad, dude. That guy sucks ass as a trainer and as a manager. Jesus.
Remy, my brother Remy, shout out to Remy22. Shout out to Remy. He says, salute Nuke. The IBF and Skull already took step aside. Correct. The WBA was Jermel. And I believe Ryder was the WBO. It's up to David to activate his mandatory. You agree with that hit?
Yeah, I totally agree.
There we go.
That's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. And I hope he does the 168, because if he doesn't and he goes to 175, then I guess Canelo's fight is gonna be, Berlanga. That would be the one to make the most sense if David does that.
I think, at the end goal, I think Canelo's trying to beat Mayweather's more champions beaten record. So as far as I know, Berlanga ain't the champion. Neither is is that other guy a champion too?
Eubank? Skull? No.
Eubank.
Eubank was fighting at 160, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's a 160 guy. He ain't to 160, and he ain't a champion at 160.
Yeah,
That's why I fucking despise the Eubank fight.
Eubank and Jermel, he's not a champion. He was fighting at 160 as well. I'm not Jermel Jamal.
No, but he's saying beating former or current world champions.
Yeah,
that's what he's
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But if that's what he's trying to do,
about adding that to your list.
If that's what he's trying to do, that's still trash. Because you beat Floyd's record at how many champions, but they're little guys. It was trash fights. You still don't really get no credit for that. It's just an accolade, but it don't really hold weight.
But McGirt, he can add the accolade by fighting Benavidez. If you fight Benavidez, you get that same accolade plus a bigger fight.
Exactly. So it's no way to say that. I mean, he could be fighting Benavidez. He could.
And if he does theoretically fight, I mean, who else can he fight afterwards? I mean,
I think he got 4 fights that would be super fights right now. That's Morrell, Benavidez, Bivol, the rematch with Bivol, and Beterbiev if Beterbiev wins.
Bivol, Beterbiev would be huge fights for Canelo.
All fights. Maybe except for the Morrell one, but the Morrell, that would be for the fans,
And Canelo said he'd like to fight in the UK one time before his career is over. And I think personally, the Bivol or Beterbiev fight would be massive in the UK, probably bigger in the UK than it would be in America.
Beterbiev's popular in Canada, because of how he has, I believe it's the Canada connection with him.
I think he does once he faces Benavidez. Go for it.
Sorry.
No, you good.
That'd be a huge fight in Canada. I'd say the Bivol fight's a huge UK super fight.
Because everybody knows these guys. They would love to see that. If Bivol wins undisputed, then you have undisputed versus undisputed. Tell me that's not a legacy fight for Canelo for revenge.
That's pretty good.
Oh my God, yeah.
I said it before. I said it before.
Right there.
I said it before. He wants to do 168 and 175 undisputed. And I think that's it. He does that. That's it. He retires.
Yeah.
And look, even if you lose, you go out like a G because you're fighting the top guy at the higher division, and I can't even hate on that. That win or lose, that's going for greatness.
It's called going out with a bang.
That's it.
I think his last fight would be the cash grab with, but I wouldn't have a problem at the end of the match. He fights 147 Crawford if he decides to move up at the end. But that's at the end of end of an era kind of thing. The chef's kiss, beating Crawford and taking his L away from him. I think that would be great. At the end.
Good fight. Hold on 1 second. Boxing Sage says Canelo and Eubank Jr. have a common opponent in Liam Smith, but they also have Billy Joe Saunders too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then as far as Terrence Crawford, I think I put it like this: Canelo fights David Benavidez. He can write his own ticket and do whatever he wants at that point because there's no more pressure to do anything. He don't even have to go up to 175. But if Canelo's truly focused on legacy, I would probably go up to 175 and go after that undisputed crown one more time. If he's content where he's at, then fine. If you want to fight the Crawfords and the Eubanks and the Berlangas, go for it. no one's going to give a shit after you fight David because there's no one else there.
People are gonna give a shit. The casuals.
Somebody will come up like always.
Yeah. Mike Trey says Beterbiev versus Canelo will be a bloody bath war, and that's probably one of the best fights you can make. I'm telling you, that would be massive in the UK. I know Beterbiev is Canadian citizen at this moment, but you bring them to Canada if Beterbiev wins undisputed, and you got Canelo, Beterbiev.
That's what I'm saying. I could see that fight in Canada. You know, let's say, where is it? The Maple Leafs play? Sorry, not the Maple Leafs. So the fucking hell.
Maple Leafs are Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto, but I'm thinking of the baseball team. Blue Jays.
The Montreal Expos?
No, Blue Jays. You know the Blue Jays.
Toronto.
Yeah, you put that fight in Toronto at Blue Jays Stadium, the baseball stadium.
Oh, yeah.
You smell that fucking right.
I could see Canelo go up to light cruiserweight and fighting Zurdo. That's an easy fight, and getting that 5th coveted world championship that no Mexican has ever gotten.
Before you do, I think that's got to be like a last fight, because I think if you go up at that point, let's say Canelo moved up next and tried to go to cruiserweight for some reason. I mean, how do you know your body's going to react when you come back down?
That's the danger. He doesn't know how his body's going to react.
Zurdo is huge, man.
Away with that move. So
Zurdo is huge.
You take that type of chance, it got to be like your very last.
It got to be like his retirement fight, which could be a retirement fight. Him and Zurdo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You put on a lot of weight.
There is something I've got to ask, and I need the panel's opinion on this, because we've been seeing this for weeks now. Mario Barrios versus Manny Pacquiao. What the fuck?
Oh God, is that true?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
That is true. I've heard it.
That is a thing, yo.
There is a rumor that is going to be true.
Yeah, for the belt too. For the belt.
For the 147 belt.
Oh, that's right. He got elevated to champion. I don't remember that.
Barrios is the official 147 because Haney left.
Because
insane, bro.
Sorry, is it for the 147 or the 140 belt?
No, 147. Because Crawford was
147.
Yeah, because Crawford was what? Yeah. What is everyone's thoughts on this? I need to ask.
I mean, Manny Pacquiao's gonna get his ass kicked. I mean,
I don't know. I think
I don't know if I can say that.
I don't know if I can say it. I mean, did we say that? Didn't we say
or Barrios right now?
Didn't we say the same? Didn't we say the same about Pacquiao when he fought Keith Thurman?
But didn't we say? Wait, hold on.
But that's years ago now.
That was like 10 years ago.
He's been out of retirement. And remember when he fought Jeff Horn? And
that was a robbery. That was a robbery. If anyone says that Pacquiao lost that fight to Jeff Horn, I'm going to flip.
No, I'm not saying he lost it. No. But he didn't look as the Pacquiao that he used to look like. I don't know, man. And how old is he?
Wait. But you guys are making it seem like Barrios is some kind of superstar.
No,
Barrios. The thing is, at these lower weight classes, being really old,
that would make him huge, though.
Yeah, there is a, but winning this fight will make Barrios a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because also in the lower weight classes,
even despite the age thing, and let me be clear, here's the thing: I couldn't call this fight because even though I think Barrios should win the fight, Pacquiao's not been in the ring in 5 years.
Yeah, no, I don't.
He lost to Ugas. But, like, you wouldn't be shocked if Pacquiao came out of retirement, considering his reputation, and beat Barrios. You wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't.
What does Pacquiao do with the belt after? Does he unify with Boots? Does he go in another direction? What does Pacquiao do with the belt if he beats Mario Barrios?
I think he retires, dude. I don't think he's gonna.
I think he just vacates. He's gonna vacate. I don't see him do anything with that.
I would see him retiring too. Like, I don't see the point of keep going. Like, why?
Unless he fights Crawford and they do that fight, but even then, he would get his ass kicked by Crawford.
Well,
that one he would lose.
Move down to 47 and try to get that belt. That would be trash from Crawford. I mean, you'd move down to fight an old Pacquiao, but you wouldn't fight Boots. That would look crazy to me.
I think I heard if he beats Barrios, he would go after Haney because Haney is trying to fight Barrios. And if Pac-Man beats Barrios, he would.
Try to fight no, here's the thing. Haney will be the younger man and all that, but Pacquiao has power.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you guys something. I gotta ask something. What happens if Haney comes back and then he gets another loss on his record? Wouldn't that be funny?
No, we're gonna fight. He's gonna fight for that shit to come back again. That's what he's gonna do. He gonna have that. He'll fight for that.
I mean, it depends on who he loses to, but if he take another loss, he's out the mix.
Well, we already see that Devin Haney, if he fights somebody like his size, like kind of like his youth, power
Same
too.
reach.
He doesn't stand a chance.
Devin Haney's on borrowed time right now. I
I
mean,
don't see him beating Boots or any of the top 147 fighters. I really
He got
don't.
exposed. He got exposed. I don't doubt anybody that's a B plus fighter beats him.
Yeah,
I don't.
Devin
Yeah, because he
Haney's a
lost
dead
to a
man
C
walking.
plus. He lost to a C plus fighter, right? Am I correct? Was it a C plus fighter? You call him?
That's the reason
don't-
why.
I don't think he got exposed.
Look, we have to say it blunt. We have to say it blunt. The man just ducked, fucking Sandor Martin. He ran from the mandatory fight.
Nah, that's not a duck. Ain't nobody want to see that fight, man.
Doesn't matter. It's just mandatory.
It's
So it doesn't matter. It does not matter.
It don't matter.
It's the same thing.
It's just mandatory.
It's not even about that.
It's the same way.
It would have also been a test though to see if he could even fight someone that's that has a tricky
That would
style
be
like
a
Sandor
boring
Martin.
fight. Nobody wants to see that fight, man.
Sandor
We get all
Martin, who,
that,
by
but
the
we
way,
have
was
Devin
robbed
Haney
against.
promotions. Devin Haney didn't even bid on his own fight. He's supposed to be a promoter. Devin Haney promotions.
That's funny.
Maybe he ain't got the bread for that.
By the way, Sandor Martin, if everyone remembers, he was robbed against Teofimo Lopez.
He was. I agree.
Yeah,
Untouchable
knock him
Raider
down.
1960 said we all know Devin Haney was overrated. He ducked everyone. He did duck the Teofimo fight coming to 140. Remember he tried to sneak and get that title shot against nobody.
No, he took the Teofimo fight from 135. Let's remember. Look back at the man's reaction when, yes, we will all agree that Teo lost the fight, but look back at the man's reaction when Teofimo, lost the belt to Cambosis.
Oh, he was jumping up and down, screaming and hollering, took his panties off, threw them around the room.
That's what I mean.
It was disgusting.
That's what I mean.
He was fucking licking toes. He was going crazy.
It's crazy, man.
For real, yo. But I got another question. Like, do you feel like should Devin Haney get rid of Bill Haney as his trainer?
Yes.
He should, but he's not going to.
Yeah, Ben Davidson would be the better choice to do full time.
Yes,
Marco Hunter too is a pretty good trainer.
100%.
Yeah, because the thing is, you stay for a trainer too long. Like how much more can Bill Haney even show him that he hasn't shown him?
Listen, he not that much, but I'm telling you, what he should do is pay Bill Haney step aside money and get the other guy in.
That's just the thing, though. I mean, as opposed to real trainers, that most of this generation of father-son trainers, they're so trash. They don't even have full amateur records to be like, I know something about. At least when Eric Morales was trained with his father was a professional fighter before he became a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these fighters now, hell, Robert Garcia was a world champion before he became a trainer. So it's just Angel Garcia, well, Teofimo's father, and
Teofimo Senior, Bill Haney,
and Robert Guerrero's dad. They're shit trainers, and they don't have anyone after their son's retired, dude. I really don't see why they're so good. They suck ass.
They're living their dream vicariously through their kids.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're just trying to hold on to, and they're not gonna let that shit go.
That's the piggy bank right there, brother. That's a piggy bank.
Oh man, look, at the end of the day, we got to see what happens, but I just think that Devin Haney's on borrowed time. I think he's a good fighter. I think all of that stuff, but I mean, we don't really we seen him lose to Loma, we've seen him lose to Ryan, and we've seen him try to kind of wiggle around a Teofimo fight. We've seen that he didn't want to fight at 140. He had a chance to fight him. Now he wanted to be undisputed. Now he said he's no longer going to adhere to any weight class, basically meaning he's going to try to cherry pick anywhere he can without being called a weight bully.
I don't know, man. Maybe Ryan Garcia made him crazy with those punches as well.
Yeah, man. The man looks like a squirrel with a mouthful of nuts after that fight.
A lot of nuts.
Hey.
Maybe Devin Haney also had an epiphany. I mean, that was the first time he got his ass beat, like legit. Everybody saw it, and I think that was the first time where he's like, "Holy shit!" For the first time, this motherfucker actually is doing something that I've done, that I'm trying to do to other people. Like he was trying to build himself up as like a puncher, and he really wasn't. And then he just realized what a real puncher was.
Hey, quick question: Lomachenko versus Tank. How do you guys see that?
Tank by devastating knockout.
Nah, get the fuck out of
Calm down, kid.
Calm down, buddy. Calm down.
Telling you, man.
Hit.
Calm
How does
down,
Tank
bro.
How does Tank Loma play out?
Tank track. So the way I see it, Loma outboxes Tank for most of the fight. I do think Tank will land in the fight. He might have Loma in trouble. Loma has shown post recovery before. Look at the Linares fight when he did go down in the Linares fight, if I remember correctly. Came back and, made the man quit. I think Loma outboxes Tank. I think Tank gets frustrated, tries to land. Loma will hurt him with counter shots, and I think Loma will make Tank either stop him late in round 10 or 11, or Tank will be no-masked by
Now,
round
they
10
will
or
say
11.
that Tank is a harder puncher than Linares. So if
No, I
Tank's a
agree.
harder puncher than Linares, if Linares dropped him, can Tank put him to sleep to where he don't have a chance to get
I think Tank could put him to sleep. It's a question, though, can Tank, because I think Linares is more skilled than Tank.
Okay.
Right, I agree with Hit Kid.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
seen that,
Like I said, if he could withstand his power, then Loma have a chance.
If Loma can withstand the power, he's going to whoop Tank's ass.
He's gonna have that chance.
If Loma can withstand the power, it's a murder.
Yeah, it's a murder.
He withstands his power, it's over. He stands a chance.
It's Loma easy. But it's all about the power.
It also depends.
Then you know what? Then Tank could do his shaking his ass thing that he does on the video right there. That'll be nice to see over there.
And here's a blunt, honest truth as well. The fight will keep on going on late. You know how we've seen Tank, get these late round knockouts. Tank's power doesn't usually come straight to. Tank will have power all fight, okay? But if Loma wears him down and has Tank, this is something I don't think we've seen. Tank fights a lot on the front foot.
Yeah,
he really does. If Loma's out countering him and outboxing him, how does Tank's power withstand on the back foot? I think that's.
Wasn't he on the back? Wasn't he on the back foot with Raleigh though?
Yeah, but Raleigh has no chin.
Raleigh's trash.
No, I know Raleigh. Yeah, but that kind of goes against Tank though, because Raleigh's trash, and for 6 rounds he was getting pushed back by this one dude.
Yeah.
Who wasn't even good.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Boxer against
does anyone know?
Raleigh Rancher was strong, but he did something.
I think that yes, I believe Loma will outclass him and outbox him. But if he can take Tank's power, and he makes it bluntly clear that he can take his power, then it's all downhill for Tank, because Tank's gonna have no answer at that point. Tank's gonna be like, I just hit him with everything and I didn't do nothing to him, and he's gonna counter me. He's gonna fucking angle me. He's gonna time me, and it's gonna be like maybe no mas. He's just gonna quit on the stool, or they're just gonna stop the fight, and he's just gonna, body language is gonna start to show.
Oh man, if Tank quits on the stool, I'm gonna get a Lomachenko tattoo, my brother.
If Tank quits on the stool, how many of these LDBC channels are closing down?
I'm telling you, I'm gonna take a tattoo on my leg.
They're gonna say Loma cheated. They're gonna say
I'm gonna
Loma
take a tattoo on my leg with fucking Tank
Loma
sitting on the stool.
Loaded gloves. Loaded gloves.
Loaded glove. Weights in the glove. It's gonna be Deontay Wilder again.
Yeah, that's possible.
Water.
I don't know that. I see.
One time I heard Showbiz say Raleigh Romero is one of the greatest.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
I heard Biz.
Showbiz more like Jizz Biz.
I needed to laugh.
I gotta see that.
That's why we call him Showbiz the adult.
With this Loma fight,
Showbiz the lap dancer.
I needed to laugh.
With this Loma fight,
y'all got
though,
Loma beating Tank? It sounds like most of the panel got Loma.
Nah, I
didn't even do my thing.
I got doubt. I got doubts.
If I got,
Bro,
I got you here.
Round 105 and then Skur. Go on, round 105.
All right, look, check this out. If Tank ain't stupid, if he's getting outboxed but could hit him a couple times at Loma's body, full on shots, because he hits hard. Loma could be disarmed no matter how good his matrix boxing is. If he is constantly getting countered to the body, I could see a devastating knockout by Tank. Now, Tank has never been in this position, and Loma has never faced a bull like Tank. So it's I don't want to say it's 50-50. It's more like 40-60. Pretty
In
good.
whose favor?
60 for Tank, 40 for Loma. Because he still has.
I agree just because of the age with Loma.
I don't know about the age.
Loma's still
I don't know
second, though.
about that
When
because
you
he still got
30-something
one.
years old, you still hit hard. That's when you get that man strength.
Yeah. Basically, power is the one thing you never lose.
But
And
Canelo
don't
got
forget,
crazy power though.
Tank's gonna be 30 years old too. Let's not think he's like 25.
Yeah,
Tank's
not
No,
a man.
man.
Yeah, but
30 too.
30's in the
Tank's in his
prime though.
prime right
30's usually prime.
But
Yeah,
what
Once you
about
get
the
to like
weight?
34, that's
He's
when.
dead in his prime right now.
What about the weight though? Is he gonna make him go up to 140? Because Tank ain't
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. The thing that I doubt about the fight, that Tank will make it fair. For all I know, he'll stack the deck against Loma with like making him go up to 140, or also the judges. If there's 3 American judges, they're already biased for Tank anyway, so that's already more shit.
those are all
It's not gonna
possibilities.
go to the judges, man.
If it's
Trust
3
me.
fucking American judges, we're all gonna be disgusted again.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. I mean, but we know that the favorite for the judges is going to always be the American fighter over Lomachenko. We saw it with Devin Haney, and you best believe Tank Davis, if he can get a knockout, he will definitely get a robbery decision. Absolutely, no doubt about it.
I do
Also,
got
the
something to add
ref.
to that too.
It depends on the ref too.
Yo, the ref was trying to save Haney out of Ryan
Yeah, it
Garcia.
better not be
That was-
Harvey Dock.
Please do not put Harvey Cock on there. I do not want to see him there.
Great.
In that
He's
fight.
the new Joe Cortez of the fights.
Oh, man.
Joe, yeah, I don't want to see that guy there, bro. Please.
All right, fellas, we're going to wrap it up. Salute to everybody. We will be back on. And anybody that cannot sleep, that is having a hard time sleeping, and that needs a cure for insomnia, Shakur Stevenson fights tomorrow. Get some rest, people.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be there tomorrow.
Supremo, we have to wake you up after the fight.
Wake